What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Locals Sk8. I'm your host once again, OG Skate Show. This is a podcast where we get to know local skaters on and off the board. And today, our couch boy is Victor Castillo.
What's up, everyone? How you guys doing? Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Victor. Thanks for being here.
Hey, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
And of course, in the hot seat today, we have Jeremy Wray joining us for Christmas.
Back again. Let's do this.
Dude, thank you very much for joining us. I really appreciate that. It's a Christmas present for us today.
Nice. It'll be a good one.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming down and let us know what city you're repping still.
Ooh, I'm out in Placentia. Mm-hmm. So I know last time we had a lot of La Habra love, and I still got a lot of love for La Habra. That's my hometown. But yeah, I live in Placentia now, P-Town. Got to represent where I'm actually at. Okay. And Placentia's growing on me. Okay. It's a nice town.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, your neighborhood seems pretty nice. I've been there before.
Yeah. No, it's fun. Everyone's getting ready for Christmas. And all through our neighborhood, I don't know if you've seen those people that have the light up arches. And you can walk through that little tunnel in the sidewalk.
Oh, yeah.
So our neighborhood started doing that a few years ago. And it started on like the next street over from us. And I was walking the dogs at night and just went through the tunnel. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Walked them around during the day, and I saw what it was made of, just PVC pipes, and they like have a little connector on top, and then they put some red tape around it, make it look like a candy cane, and then put the lights on. And I just checked it out, like, oh, that seems easy enough. So I went to the hardware store, went to Home Depot, got what I needed, super cheap, and put it all up. And we've been doing it for like, I don't know, maybe 6 years now.
Oh, wow.
And it started growing. So once I did it on my street, then my neighbor's like, that's cool. Like, how'd you do that? And I broke it down for him. He started doing it. Then we got another house, like 2 houses down. They started doing it. So we got like a row started on the street. And then it's just growing and growing. And then we got some new people in the neighborhood. Okay. So they're all starting to do it too. Our neighbor across the street just moved in recently. He's checking it out. Like, my son wants me to do it. How do we do it? So we're going to break it down.
I have a question for that. So I want to have a visual. Like, what is it? Like a tunnel of lights that you guys
just walk through? Yeah, it's like
or?
You do these arches and they have like a peak at the top. So it's like PVC pipes with a connector, like a 45 connector. And then you put them into the ground with rebar. So you just hammer in a piece of rebar, slide the PVC over it so it stays up. And then you just put like at least 4 arches to make like this tunnel. And then you wrap your Christmas lights around it like you would around the Christmas tree. So it just lights up the tunnel. So at night, you light it all up. And as you're just walking down the sidewalk, you just get to go through this cool little tunnel.
Oh, yeah, and it's outside. It's like in the main street. Not in the main street,
yeah, it's out on the sidewalk. Just for everyone to go through. So, and the more houses that do it, the longer the tunnel gets. So it's rad when the neighbors start, joining in the fun because it's just growing and growing. Dude,
my neighborhood doesn't do that right now. Well, at least not yet, but dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Some neighborhoods have that tradition where they have either they all go at it with all the lights or they have something like I've seen in a movie, they put the candles in the bags. And all the driveways, they do that or something, for something special. But that's rad when everybody joins in and all the neighbors are friendly about it, and then, like you said, you got new people coming in. They're like, no, we got to get involved. Seems like, like they're like, oh, we don't want to be the gap.
Yeah, and all these DIY projects are pretty cool. Like for Halloween, I learned how to make the spider web out of just my old shoelaces. Because all of us skateboarders have a bunch of old shoelaces around. What are you going to do with those, And if you're not going through shoelaces like you used to, all these extra ones, you just have little packs. So I broke out some packs, started making this spider web, and I did like a little how-to tutorial on just Instagram, shared it. So people can see how to do it. So I think I'll do the same thing for this Christmas one. For anyone that wants to learn it, I'll just, put it up. And there's still enough time for someone to decorate and try it out before Christmas. So we'll get it going.
Before Christmas morning, for next year, because
I know for the Halloween one, I dropped it on Halloween, and people were like, "Oh, now you show us on Halloween? What are we supposed to do with that info now?" But yeah, it'll be the same. It'll come out on Christmas. But,
yeah. All right. Yeah, but that's cool that everybody gets involved. Like I said, like around here too, like it's pretty. There's no sidewalks. There's no even street lights.
Yeah.
So like to put up any Christmas lights is kind of it helps the neighborhood light up for one thing, but. People turn their stuff off before 9 o'clock too, so you're like, I feel like I'm the last one outside. I'm coming outside to unplug everything, and like, oh damn, like,
and our neighborhood starts going down around 10-ish.
10-ish,
I try to get it done by 10, latest 11, and sometimes I'll forget it'll be on all night. But like that's rare, you know. I'm pretty on it these days, I try to be.
Yeah, me too, because but I've been wanting to buy that light bulb because I have it out here in the patio. It has the plug in it, so then you turn your porch light on. You plug all your, So when you turn your porch light off, all the lights turn off because it has outlets in it.
Well, I have it all linked to like a power strip, so I just flick the one switch on the power strip, and it's good to go. Yeah, it's all linked through that. Power? Yeah, because it's one extension cord to that, and it goes 2 different ways to light everything up, and that one switch shuts it all down. So it's easy.
That works.
I've learned a little bit along the way. You know,
pretty soon, and then you'll spend maybe it's like $10-15. They got the timers now at Home Depot.
I even got one, but it was like I just never bothered setting it up. Yeah, it's got a little dial on it and all the stuff to do it. And then I even got some Wi-Fi one where you can do it with your phone, but even still, I just never set it up. It's easier just to go into the garage and hit a switch. You know,
we're old school like that, man.
Exactly. That is a lot easier.
Yeah,
I don't need an app. You know, just one finger.
You download your app, and then all of a sudden, do you accept all these terms? You're like, what the hell? I'm just trying to shut my lights up.
Yeah. Like, no, I don't need a subscription for Christmas lights. You know, I'm good.
You just signed up for a year subscription. We'll send you lights every year. No.
So, you and your family are, do you guys go all out for Christmas, like get in the holiday spirit?
Yeah, I mean, there's another neighborhood up the street from us that does all the Christmas lights, and they go big. So it's up off Birch Street in Brea. So we found out about that a few years back, and we've been doing it. Just drive up through the neighborhood with the kids in the car and just go slow and check out all the houses and stuff. It's fun. When it's in full swing, it's pretty cool.
I was going to ask if are you guys getting traffic on your street for that?
For us, it's mostly just walking traffic. You know, kids will just, like, the families will go out on a walk now at night. It's pretty cool, and walk their dogs, and just they'll have the kids in tow.
It's got to feel safer, too, except unless, like, maybe the dogs running out with their little leashes or something get tangled up. But as far as that, it seems like you'd be like, cars are no cars are going to hit you. You're inside the lights.
Yeah. No, we actually had a coyote running through the neighborhood the last 2 days in a row. Yeah.
Was he going through the tunnels?
He was running down the street, but it's like, we don't see him very often. But the last 2 nights in a row, he was running down the street when I was driving.
We had one the other day because they have dogs back here at the other yard, and I was like, they're barking all morning. And I come out here, there's a coyote out there in the fence. I'm like, that's what they're barking at.
Yeah. And they're becoming dangerous too, just roaming the streets. You know, like there's baby ones and there's adult ones. And I think I heard in the news that they bit a kid or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. But something like that,
If they're hungry, they can be aggressive, but they'll stay away from the bigger animals. You know, they're just looking for cats and small dogs and stuff.
Yeah. So they seem pretty skittish, you know, like as far as maybe I'm bigger and they're just run away. But as far as a kid, they might see him as a potential.
Wait, I'm mistaken. It didn't bit a kid. It bit my friend's dog. It killed him.
Oh no!
Yeah, so it was like a poodle.
Did it die from the bite, or did it die from?
Yeah, attacking him from the attack.
Man. Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, so that's what
keep your pets safe out there.
Yeah. I know where we lived in La Habra was in the Heights, and my mom lost a cat to the coyotes.
Wow!
And they actually got him right there in the backyard too.
They got the coyote or the cat?
The coyote hopped over and got the cat. Damn. They just came out to like puffs of fur on the grass, and you're like, oh, that's not good.
Dude, yeah. That's crazy. I'll be driving, like I was driving to West Covina skate park the other day, like on a main street right there on Merced, just driving, and then I see a coyote just roaming the street in the front yards, just kind of lost. I was like, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, we'd seen one, like I was taking my daughter to school, just walking her to school. I think I was actually skating while she was on the bike or something, and a coyote was going by. I was able to film it, and it was just roaming through the neighborhood, and it ran through some lawns and just kept going. But they're not usually out that early. They usually do their stuff late night and go back to
wherever they're chilling.
The den, yeah. But I guess he was desperate or lost.
We get them because the golf course right there, and they travel.
Oh, they get the bunnies, huh?
They travel through the like the water.
The little wash.
Yeah, the wash.
Yeah.
So they'll end up in here somehow.
Yeah.
But like you said, they're out there trying to find a meal.
Yeah, there's bunnies all over those golf courses around here.
Really?
But I think the bunnies are fast, so the coyote would have to be on it.
Yeah. Well, we got a lot of squirrels too, so I wish, because those squirrels, they take all my fruit off the trees. I kind of wish I had something here to fend them off a little bit, you know?
Yeah, we got the squirrels in our neighborhood too. They'll be crossing the street all the time when you're driving by.
Yeah.
And just making their spiral up the tree. We got an owl in the neighborhood too. We got a white owl that just, every once in a while you see him, like, you know, maybe once or twice a year, he'll just be cruising at night. If we walk the dogs late at night, that's when we see the owl. Just like, you'll hear it before you see it. Or you'll see like a white streak. And it's like, oh, that's the owl.
Yeah. We had two of them up in the tree too. I mean, these things are because they're hooting. You know, you can hear them. Like, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, he's big. He's right there. You know.
Yeah.
We've had a parrot like that can talk recently. That was like it was in like a tree.
Someone's pet.
Yeah, it kept saying hello, and so like I recorded it saying hello, and then I did like my little tricks and stuff on my little Instagram. But I was like kept like sitting in the living room like, who the heck is? I know it's a bird, but where is it? And all of a sudden, it's like sitting right down the branch, and even somebody walking by was like
tripping on that.
They were like trying to like coax it to come down or whatever, you know. They wanted to keep it, and I'm like, trust me, when you were gone, I was trying that too.
It's not coming.
I didn't want to do it in front of people, but I'm like trying to get its attention because it can talk. It's obviously it seemed like it was somebody's pet.
You just need to have a cracker.
Yeah,
bring it down.
Probably need a cracker, man.
I don't know. When you were a kid, did you ever have to go door to door selling like chocolate bars and stuff for school or sports or whatever like that?
Yeah.
So when Jonas was little, he was going through the neighborhood in Glendale where we lived, and he went to a door and knocked on it, and he heard the hello. So he starts talking to this thing, and then no one ever comes to the door, and he's like, the conversation was just getting kind of weird, but it was answering him. Turns out it was a parrot, and he found out later because it was someone that we knew in the family. It was their house. And he went inside another day, and there was a parrot that was actually having a full conversation with him through the door.
That is hilarious.
Yeah. Dude. He's like, it fully tricked me. I thought it was a person. It was a good one.
Wow.
Dude, that's amazing. Yeah. It's like those damn answering machines, right? When someone says hello, and you're like, hey, what's up, dude? You're like, hello? Hold on, I can't hear you. And then you're like trying to talk to it, and all of a sudden they're like, we got you.
Yeah. Hopefully you only fell for it once. You know, sometimes they get you twice.
A long time ago,
that, though.
A long time ago, my buddy set up his answering machine at his house, and this is my fault for falling for this. He left his own message saying that his number had changed, and it was that the song 567 or
867-5309,
5309, right? And then like, so then
that's
I'm
Jenny's
over there.
Number.
I'm dialing that, and it's like do. We're sorry, and I'm like thinking about it. I go, oh my god! I called his house.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, but I've called his house,
right?
And then I'm listening to his voice tell me his number had changed.
Yeah.
How dumb am I to fall for it? He goes, I got so many people on that.
Yeah. That's good.
It's too much, man. Oh my gosh! All right. Well, anything? Did you ask for Santa? Any special gifts from Santa this year?
No, everything's for the kids.
Everything's for the kids this year?
Yeah, I got 2 kids at home. They're getting older, but like, we got 14 and 11.
Okay.
So they're still wanting stuff from Santa.
Santa's still bringing them gifts.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
No, they've been good. They get stuff. Yeah.
That's good.
We take care of them.
I was looking at your Instagram the other day. You posted, I think, a picture of the first day of school of your children, your kids. And then you've been having it from every grade, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that's awesome.
This one was funny, though, because like I do a little sign for him that says first day of whatever grade it is. Mm-hmm. And this one was my son Jackson's first day of high school.
Uh-huh.
So it's him holding the sign. He doesn't look too happy about it. He's like done smiling for pictures. He's pretty straight-faced. But Jaden is, first day of 6th grade. She's holding her sign. She's all happy, ready for the first day. Well, I put that picture up, and then I put some song that I found about the first day of school. I don't even know who sings it or whatever, but it's a little kid rap song about first day of school.
Uh-huh.
And then someone else told me, like, I think Jackson, he's like, yeah, the picture went viral. I was like, what do you mean? I looked on it, had like 271,000 views. Like, oh, shoot. Like, sorry. He was like, not feeling that.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
He's going to like it when he gets older.
Yeah. I think that was beautiful, man. Seeing like their stages of how they're getting older, and you as a parent, like, for you and your wife, it means something for sure. It's something beautiful, seeing your loved ones growing, Yeah,
it's a good marker, too. Like, you could look back and see how much they've changed and grown and stuff. And, like, my son Jackson is shooting up. He loves basketball, so he's just growing and growing. It's like he wanted to be tall, played basketball, and now he's getting tall. He's passed almost everyone in the family. He hasn't passed me yet.
Okay, I was going to say.
But he's, like, starting to pass some of the guys in the family, some of the uncles and stuff in height. And he's creeping on me. I know it's any day now he's going to be taller than me. And I actually just saw a photo today of Ronnie Bertino and Wade Spire. I guess both of their sons play basketball.
Okay.
And both of their sons are super tall, taller than them. So it's pretty rad that they got together and all got to play and just, share that.
I wonder if because he plays basketball, does his body just start developing as a basketball player? You know, like or
I'm sure like you do that same move over and over, and you just get muscle memory and stuff.
Or like just the height too. Like, does your body know like I want to play basketball? I better get taller.
I think the height comes from sleeping in. If you can sleep good, you can grow good. You know, and I was always the first one up in the family. I didn't like sleeping because it was just boring for me. But had too much energy.
You're kind of tall. How tall are you?
I made it. Like I stopped just under 6 foot.
Okay.
I'm like right at that 6 foot mark.
Okay.
I think technically I'm 5'11" and a half.
Okay.
With no shoes.
With no shoes.
You know, yeah. Exactly.
With shoes, you're like, I'm 6 for sure.
But yeah, exactly.
That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, I feel 5'6", man. I'm like, I've always been like short.
Yeah.
That's a short, but people are shorter than me, but still, yeah. I feel little sometimes, but it don't matter.
It's all how you carry yourself, right?
Exactly.
And being low to the ground helps for skateboarding. You know, you don't fall as far.
I tell myself that.
Yeah, it's those tall dudes that get hurt. They get slammed from way up there, you know?
Dude, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question. So you say your boy plays basketball?
Yeah.
Does he play for high school?
Yeah, he just started at El Dorado, so he's doing basketball over there. And during the summer, he was playing with the freshmen and the JV teams, and they were trying him out. And the JV team really wanted him. The varsity team was even looking at him, but they realized they needed a leader for the freshman team, and he kind of fit that
role.
That role, he could do it, and they saw potential in him to like not only play at that level, but be a leader for the rest of the dudes.
That's a good thing.
He stepped into the role. He's doing good. So it's just like one of those things. You want someone who can lead with positivity and like keep like, I don't know, even when you miss a shot, don't let it get to you. Just keep rolling through, make the next shot, be humble, but also like not be a ball hog. You got to share with your team. So he's really good at dribbling, keeping his eyes up, knowing where everybody's at, and just getting the pass to someone who's driving to the basket and getting it.
He's like
right in the right spot, right time. So
he plays Kobe position.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's cool to see him play. And then even one of the refs, like after he went up for a shot, got fouled, and the ref just threw him back the ball. Like, all right, go take your shots, Kobe. Come on.
Yeah, that's cool.
That's cool though. That like he's like kind of like a captain for the freshman team.
Right.
And later on, like as sophomore, junior, senior, you could like you know play varsity and already have
plenty of time to play JV or varsity, and he's just growing his talent right now. He had his first 30-point game recently.
30-point.
And it's funny, he broke the 20-point game a while back, and he's been pretty consistent about being right in that range. And then I missed one game. We had to do something else. I think we were out at some event or something. And one of the other dads sent me some video clips. He's like, Jackson just hit 30 points. And he sent me a whole reel of like all the highlight clips. Pretty sick though.
That's awesome that someone else is actually looking out and sending you this stuff.
So some of the dads film the whole thing. Like they have a camera that like kind of tracks the ball too, and they can zoom in and zoom out from there. And then they'll just share the whole game with everybody. But yeah, he even put together just Jackson's clips for me and sent it over. It was sick.
You know, it's so crazy
that's usually my job when I'm there. I'm just filming Jackson, and after the game, he's like, "Send me my clips."
You're right. I was gonna say it's like skateboarding. Like I feel like the way that he's playing that sport. Like he's not being a ball hog, he's being a team player. And, like I feel like that's all due to maybe watching you skate, like maybe if you don't land your trick, you're not upset about it.
Yeah.
He didn't make the shot, someone doesn't make the shot. He's like, hey, don't worry, the next one. Let's go.
What's cool is seeing him like develop a style. Like I never really watched basketball and recognized style before. But when you see all these kids play, they all have like a totally different style. And Jackson's style is developing, and he's like cultivating this basketball style. It's crazy.
That's beautiful, right?
Yeah, and he's a little long and lean and lanky, so his movements are different, you know? And just he has good ball handling skills. He can dribble through the leg behind, like he's good at juking someone, making them go that way, and he goes this way. Like it's just funny. And like I never really
breaking ankles.
I never played basketball to that kind of level or even watched it and really studied it.
Right.
But now watching him do it, I'm like learning along with him learning. It's cool to watch.
I have a question. Mentioning that you didn't really play basketball or like studied it or watched it, like who trains your boy, and like how do you tell him like how to play the game, or who tells him how to play the game? Pretty much, who trains him? Well, in other words,
he like got into basketball because his friends at school played basketball. So they would all play together during recess and stuff, and then that's the way they competed. Like all of us had friends that skated, so we'd all just try to skate and see who could learn stuff and learn off each other and stuff, and just it was always a competition, not to be the best, but like to all get better together.
Right.
So same thing with his basketball, and then they started joining the local like leagues and teams and stuff. So it was like the Bray Ballers was a local team. He was playing with those guys, and then they switched to like I think it was top ballers maybe even. It was all ballers this, ballers that, but like yeah, there were like all these different leagues, and he was playing on these like tournament teams. So they'd have their games on the weekends, and they'd just play these tournaments against other teams. But he was working his way up through that whole system, and then they ended up playing at Foothill High School. There was a feeder team for that, and it was called Cali Rebels. So they would play the tournaments too, and they would always just do really good. But then there was all these organized ones with the coaches, and they're really strict with the kids, and they're kind of hard on them, but they're coaching them as if they were like high school kids. You know, they're not going easy on them because they're younger.
Right.
But there was another team that he would play on called the Bucket Elite, and it was just all of his friends from school that played together. They didn't have a coach. They never practiced together. But when they all came together, it was like Voltron. They just like were this unbeatable force.
That's crazy.
And one of the dads would fill in as a coach.
Did they know plays or anything like that, or they just played?
That's the coolest part, because they weren't playing like structured plays.
Right.
So they were just, it was all freestyle, but they all knew each other, and it was really natural. So it was way harder for these other teams to defend because they didn't know what was going to happen, because it wasn't something that you've studied. Yeah. And they just dominated these tournaments every time, and they were getting first place, killing all of the competition, and they were just the kids that played together.
Yes.
And they were stronger than some of these other teams that were just put together and all structured. It was crazy, but it was fun to watch them play too.
That's so cool.
But they could only play when all the guys didn't have another tournament with their regular teams. So, and they did their last one, I think, last year, and now they're all too tied into their teams. So I don't think they'll be able to do it again. But they had a good run. Yeah, they were winning lots. It was sick.
He never had a personal trainer, like where you would be like, hey, I want you to get really good, so I'm going to hire you a trainer. And
him and his friends would do these training sessions down at like, it was the Salvation Army Red Shield in Anaheim. And there was some guy that like him and his friends would just go do like, I don't know. Some of his other friends were really serious about basketball. Their families were pushing them to get that kind of training and stuff. And like, so they would just go with them. And, I'd go drop them off or pick them up. We'd trade with the other, families about getting them there and getting them back. But, it would be like a smaller group of kids. They'd have like 5 to 8 kids that they're training.
Probably doing
for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Twice a week or something like that. That's cool. We were doing that for a while too.
So learning the fundamentals and then
but it was cool because you got to do that kind of stuff with all these different people. So you're picking up little pieces from everybody, and I think that makes you more well-rounded. It's kind of like when we were skating and moving around a lot. Every time you went to a new neighborhood, skate with new people, they got their tricks, you got your tricks, blend them all together. Now everyone learns more, and then you move again and just keep snowballing for more tricks, more spots. Because like you stay in the same neighborhood, the spots get kind of stagnant, and you get used to what you already know
until maybe somebody
you move to a new spot and you get to skate all this new stuff. It just opens everything up, and it happened to us enough times where it's like you just get more well-rounded from just being exposed to more. Same thing for his basketball.
Because if you're skating the same spot all the time until someone new comes in and shows you a different way of skating, you're like, oh damn, I never thought of that.
That's how it is.
Dude, I kind of experienced that yesterday. I went to shout out Brian Arnett's birthday event over there at Fillmore Skate Park, kind of passing Six Flags and stuff.
Yeah.
And I never been out there. It's my first time,
Right.
So there's the locals there that are really known by the locals in the community, like the big, like the city heroes or the city skateboarders are like the top dudes,
Yeah.
So they were out there giving autographs and signing, and I was just right there, like just watching, observing them, and I was like, dude, these guys are really known. But me, I was just in the sidelines in the shadows. Nobody really knew who I was, because I'm from La Puente. People know who I am from La Puente, but over there they don't,
right?
Because I haven't showed face or I haven't even been out there skating.
Yeah.
Maybe if I was skating a little bit, throwing down during the event, I would have probably got some props. But just being on the sideline gave me a different perspective. And pretty much how you said, like going out, skating different spots, meeting different people, feeding off their energy and learning from them.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I've seen, man, and it's cool.
Yeah,
the
more you travel, the better it is for you. You know,
Exactly.
you just got to get out there and try new stuff, and like just be in new situations around new people, try new tricks. Like, I don't know, it helps. It all helps.
Amen to that.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, bro, how when you were growing up, man, how did you take your training? Like, I know you didn't see it as training, but how would you train yourself to get to the level where you wanted to get to?
Well, I was kind of a perfectionist where, you know, it wasn't enough just to make something and right away from it. I wanted to do it good. So I'd do it as many times as it took to land it the way I wanted it to feel. You know, and even when we're filming stuff later on, they'd be like, no, that one was good. I'm like, no, I felt a little something. I'm going to try to do it better. I know that I have a certain way. It's not as much about how it looks. It's about how it feels. If it feels comfortable to me, it'll probably look better on the film too. So I'll just keep doing it until it feels good. And then I'll get the one that feels comfortable. Like, all right, that one felt like relaxed and normal and comfortable. And that's usually the one that looks the best.
Okay. Yeah. What about like when you were like trying to learn a trick? You're like, dude, I really want to learn that trick. And like, would you learn it easily, or would it take you a while? How many times would you practice it?
No, for me, I would just work at it till I got it, but I would like kind of pick it apart and figure it out as I'm doing it. And once I figured it out, I could do it consistently. Whereas with my brother Jonas, he could pick stuff up a lot faster. He was just
fling one, and then
he was natural at like figuring it out first try. You know, you could just, let's try this, and it works. And it's like, what? And like when skateboarding got really technical with like the under flips, late flips, like pressure flips, all these like ways to wrap your board and stuff, he could do it all. He figured it out. And I never got that advanced on the weird tech tricks. I could do like the regular stuff. Mm-hmm. And then I just tried to do the regular stuff as good as I could. And I was gifted with like naturally strong, jumpy legs. And I had pop from that. I think it was from growing up just jumping on the trampoline all day. So I just had like really strong legs. So just when it came to jumping, that was my thing. I just loved to jump stuff. I loved to ollie over anything I could find. And then, I learned how to kickflip really well and catch it. So it was like, well, if I can ollie it, then I can try to get that kickflip over it too. And as long as you catch it, you're on it.
Yeah.
So just figuring all that stuff out, but just trying to be consistent. But yeah, my gift was pop.
For sure.
Would you say Jonas was a faster learner than you, or like learning more tricks than you? Were you ever like, man, like not jealous, but like trying to like compete with him, or nothing like that?
He would try to teach me like how to do a pressure flip, and it was like, I'm trying to do the same thing I'm seeing him do, but my foot doesn't do that. It was like as soon as my foot hits the ground, I trained it to pop and like snap quick for an ollie. I couldn't leave my foot on the ground longer, and I tried even with impossibles, I couldn't get it to like scoop and scrape and wrap. Oh. But I could do an ollie front foot impossible because I could hit my tail and use the front foot to get it up and then get my back foot out of the way and wrap it. So that one made sense. Anything where I could ollie into it, I could do it. But anything with the back foot that had to scrape, I couldn't do it. But my front foot wasn't trained as much like that. So I learned switch impossibles because like that was all new. And my foot didn't know, like, it didn't have, it wasn't stuck in its ways yet.
Yeah,
so I did learn switch impossibles and, like, switch backside 360s because you can scrape it and turn. Yeah. But, yeah, I don't think we didn't film much of that stuff because it was just figuring it out on flat ground or just playing around with it. But, yeah, we would do a lot of stuff that we never got on film. There were tons of tricks that we were just doing naturally. But, yeah, when it came time to film your video part or do down something, it just wasn't part of the ones we do.
Man, because I mean, I'm sure you guys push each other in certain ways as, as brothers skating together.
Well, what was cool is we had opposite tricks too, like where I learned nollie backside 180 kickflips, and they just made sense and they worked for me. Where he had nollie frontside 180 heel flips, and for me that's really awkward. It just doesn't make as much sense. Right. I learned how to do it, but I could never do it as good as him. Like the way he would rock into it and just move his foot, and it would just suck right up to his feet, and he'd catch it super high. Like he could do a nollie 180 heel flip over a picnic table. Damn. No problem. And probably first or second try. And it's like, just never made sense to me. But a nollie backside kickflip, I could get it.
Yeah.
And that felt good to me. And then same thing, like it went with, I like frontside 360s. Mm-hmm. He had backside 360s. Mm. He had backside 180 kickflips, and I would do backside 180 heel flips. It was always just that little bit opposite.
My brother is the same too. Like he's a kick flipper, I'm the heel flipper.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was just different. We're both regular.
Yeah, and I think when we were learning kick flips and heel flips for the first time, I learned heel flips first and then kick flips after. And he learned kick flips first and then heel flips later. But like, yeah, it was one of those things. Just one makes more sense than the other.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, when I figured out kickflips, then it was all good, and I could do them both equally good. And anytime I felt like I was doing too many kickflips, I'd start doing more heel flips.
Uh-huh.
And then I'd start feeling like it's getting heel flip heavy. I'd switch back to kickflips to try to keep it, mix it up, you know? You don't want to get stuck in one lane too long. So it's definitely good to mix it up and go back and forth. But it's also good to have the one thing you're really good at and try to get as good as you can at it.
Right. You get that.
But it shouldn't be your only thing.
Right.
You know?
Right.
You got to mix it up and widen that range.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well,
oh, my bad.
Yeah, I was going to say, one of my favorite heel flips that you did was at the triple set, Santa Monica.
I was about to mention that too.
I knew you were. I could tell you were itching to say it.
I was like the backside heel flip when you said the backside heel. I guess where I don't guess, but I'd seen that you posted it too. We're trick twins on the Santa Monica triple set.
Yeah,
the backside heel flip. So what was the story on that one with yours, man? Like how did that happen?
Kenny Hughes wanted to do something down it that day, so we were there with him, and then since I was there, I was going to figure out something to do. So I hadn't tried a backside heel flip down it, and those I know they usually worked. Like you can catch it no matter how big the thing is. If you roll up and flip it right and get it on your feet, the rest is just a backside 180. So if you think you can backside 180 it, you got it. So there's a little 3-stair near it that goes down into some doors down there. So I was just doing it down there, and I got a couple in a row, like backside heel down a 3-stair. And once I had it caught and good on the 3, I just went straight to the triple set and tried it. And then the first one caught and came around, but I stepped off, I think. And then the second one I made, and that's the one that you see.
Damn.
But like that's also, I was riding Destructos back then. And the Destructos, the way they're, the base plates were drilled, it makes your wheelbase shorter.
Mm-hmm.
So it moved everything in. So it makes your pop different. It makes your balance different. And when you land, just the way it turns is different.
Yeah.
So that's why that backside heel, when I landed, it lifts up like fakie manual. Because when I landed, the thing tried to like wheel bite or like pitch me off, but I was already square on it. So I just lifted up and rode through it. And then I didn't like that landing. So I was just going to go back and do it again. So I go back up for the third try and I get it, catch it. And when I stepped off, the middle of my foot landed right in the middle of the board and just snapped it because it's like the triple set is too much force.
Yeah.
And it was a brand new Element Featherlight board. So once you break them in, they're less likely to break. But in that first day, like when they're crispy and new, they're more likely just to snap. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I snapped that one. And then I had one more in the car. So I tried to set that one up. And that one, I don't know if you rode those Featherlights at all, but they had a really steep nose, like steeper than normal and steeper than you should ever want. It's like they really cranked up the angle of the steepness of those noses. And sometimes you get one of those so steep. Yeah. So like you'd ollie and the nose would hit your leg. That's how steep it was.
Damn.
And then if you tried to do a nollie trick, your board would get so steep on the nollie that it's just hard to control. So I wasn't a big fan of the Featherlight mold. It was like the H mold that they would do.
Yeah.
But so I'd get custom ones in the D mold through Schmidt that were a little bit mellower. They were the closest thing to like the Plan B boards that I could get. So they would just custom make those for me.
So those were that was the Element days?
Yeah, Element days.
When you backheeled it?
Yeah.
And you did the other way too, huh? You were coming like because there's two ways to skate the triple set.
I think we only skated it that way because that's the way. I think when Kenny was trying his trick, he was skating it that side. Mm-hmm. So then, if I'm skating it by myself, I usually skate it the other side. So I was just joining whatever session was going on. I just did it that way.
Yeah, there was a time too because one of the runways for one of the sides, it's all like kind of like it's like the bridge, right?
Yeah, it used to be like the wooden planks, and they were really sketchy. Just like had nails sticking up and really rough. And then a couple times we went there, they had put like a plywood like runway down it. Mm-hmm. I don't know, maybe they had an event and they had to get a bunch of stuff up there, but whenever you went there and there was like smooth plywood down, it was great. We never brought it or put it in, but if it's there, you're definitely going to use it. Dude, so that might have been one of the times maybe we went that way because the wood was there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it made it a lot better because before that it was really rough and rugged.
Yeah, because that's the time how you said like one of them was all like nasty and runway, boom, 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 and the other one was just out of nowhere, smooth runway. Yep. And I think that's when I went too, and I back-killed it that same day. Right. But I didn't even know you did that till the Dern brothers did the spot history.
Right.
And they mentioned you. And I was like, dude, I tagged them. I was like, hey, they mentioned me too. And I was like, I'm gonna reach out to Jeremy and let him know that.
Yeah, I think mine ended up in an audio ad back in the day. So I'm pretty sure it was an audio ad.
Did you have a photographer too, like that took a photo or just a clip?
It was a sequence, yeah. And I don't know. maybe Ortiz shot the sequence, and then maybe Colin Kennedy was filming. Because in the video clip, you can hear, I think Ortiz just laughing like a loud cackle. It's pretty good.
So that you can't believe that.
I think they were laughing because I did the second try. They're like, "What the hell?"
So that trick was never planned out or nothing. It was just
it just happened to be there, and it was.
I wanted to ask,
and I didn't try another trick after that because I broke my board, and the other board was so steep I couldn't get it under control. So it was just like never going to work for anything else.
Did you guys going there? Did you guys know that what's already been done there and what not to do, or did you just go?
Well, back then, not much had been done.
Okay, so almost
because we were some of the first people to ever skate it. I think maybe even Kareem Campbell ollied it back in the days, and then like I had a backside 180 in my Transworld Spotlight. In my first pro Spotlight interview in Transworld, I had a backside 180 sequence, and that had never been done there. So that's how far back me and the spot go, you know. And then the same day I did the backside 180, I landed on a frontside 360, and when I landed, there was like sand down the bottom. So when I slipped out like feet first, and then ended up on my back, and my t-shirt pulled up, and so I'm just sliding on my raw back with all this sand. So it just like gritted me up pretty good.
That was at the Santa Monica?
Yeah, it was at Santa Monica, and that was going the other way. Damn. So yeah, and after I had it, landed on it, I think 2 or 3 times. On the third one, I think is when it slipped out and did that. And I was just like, well, the backside 180 is good enough for today. I'll come back and do the 360 another day.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until years later that I went back and got that 360 because we ended up there. I think Donnie Barley wanted to do the switch hard flip. So, and we were riding for Element. And we ended up there at the same day. Let's do it. So I got my frontside 360, and then he got his switch hard flip. And for those ones, we were going on different sets. Because I think when I was doing the frontside 360, a crowd kind of gathered. So, and he didn't like crowds, didn't like all the extra people. So once I got mine done, everyone kind of went away.
Yeah.
And then he skated it the other way where it was wide open. And he got a switch hard flip.
Oh,
and I think he even got his switch hard flip second or third try. It was a quick one too. And it was just one of those things. When you have a trick down that you know you can do, it goes right to your feet. He looked comfortable and got it. Boom. Perfect. That was rad.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I love that. I love when this stuff like that goes down. And then especially, it doesn't sound like you guys had too much trouble with like people kicking you out or anything like that.
No, we'd go during the weekdays usually where it wasn't as crowded. Because weekends, that's where all people are just hanging out at the beach on the weekend, you know. But on a weekday, you go there on a Tuesday or something, you know.
Light footwork.
Yeah, it was fine. And there weren't as many people around. And I think the only trick I tried there that I didn't get, I was trying to get a 360 flip down that thing.
Ooh.
And but I do them a little different, you know, like I flip them up and catch them higher than the set and then come down. So, and most people that would do it would flick it out and catch like somewhere in the middle and go down. Mm-hmm. So it was just weird. The way I was doing it, I had a lot of hang time after I caught the board. And I would land on it, but all that pressure would just like make that board flex out, make it shoot out, make it like wheel bite, everything but a smooth roll away.
Were you going up and kind of straight down instead of like up and out?
Yeah, I was tossing it up like I'm doing it on flat ground over like a trash can on the side, you know?
Yeah.
Instead of down a set. But like that's the way I would always pop it up and catch it and then take the fall. But with 360 flips, it was harder to catch it, keep it straight. So it was different, trying to figure it out. I don't think I'd done it on something that big yet.
Yeah.
So I remember I tried it until I couldn't walk. I just kept doing it and landing on it. And at some point, my legs just couldn't hold me up anymore. And I just had noodle legs for the next like 3 days, you know, just completely shot. But I had it right off the bat. So that's why I kept doing it. And I kept landing on it like, oh, the next one's got to be it. Yeah. And I just keep landing on it. And then at some point I couldn't roll away. I just didn't have any more power. So I figured I'd save it for another day anyway. Yeah. But I still walked away. And I didn't break a board or like get hurt. It was just got completely worn out.
I like that you look at the bright side like that. You know what I mean?
I survived, you know?
Yeah. Survive. Oh my God. Yeah. If you want to talk about survival, the water tower gaps. Oh my God. I mean, I know it gets brought up in every interview you do, but you know, it's just so amazing. And I just want to say, was that the #1 cover for Thrashers? 40 years? Yeah,
when they did some kind of poll where they were just asked all the pros like what their favorite Thrasher cover was from any era, you know, just of all time. What's your favorite Thrasher cover? And I guess enough of people voted for mine that it ended up being the #1 cover of all time. Woo! Which is Yeah, it's a big deal. That's the highest honor skateboarding has.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah, just getting the cover in the first place is a super high honor.
To give you your flowers, bro, is amazing because that's what you deserve. I mean, that thing is no joke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question about that. Did you mention to your parents that you were gonna ollie that?
Your parents.
No, my mom your loved ones? Heard about it after, and she saw the video after. She trusts me, but yeah, I don't think she would have been too happy about it. It's probably a good thing I didn't tell her, but. Who was more upset was my girlfriend, Carissa, at the time. And she's my wife now. But she had come home from her job at El Cholo. She worked at Cafe El Cholo in La Habra.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's in her little senorita dress. And comes home like, how was your day?
Yeah.
Oh, good, Like, what'd you do today? Well, remember those water towers I showed you? Yeah, I ollied those things today. And she's like, what? So she felt like she got punched in the gut.
Yeah, dude.
She felt all sick. Like, what? You did that and you didn't tell me? What if you died?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
that stressed her out.
I think
that's the first time I realized that the stuff I was doing was like had consequences and it would really hurt someone else if I hurt myself, And the parents are one thing, but Carissa was a whole different one. And she was really like concerned. Yeah. So it made me think about things a little bit differently after that.
Dude, seeing that, like, it reminds me of, like, Tony Willie's accident.
Right.
And, dude, that's, like, imagine, like, just, like, I don't even want to imagine, but just, like, something wrong happens and just falling like that, dude. Like,
absolutely.
Just, stuff like that,
That's why you have to be somebody as skilled as you to be able to pull off something like that because even Tony Willie said I think he went up there.
Yeah,
scoped it out, and
he did.
And then he sent you a message or something saying, "Damn, this is gnarly."
Yeah, he's like, "You're crazy."
Yeah,
that thing is no joke, and it is. It's no joke. Standing on the edge of that is very intimidating.
How did you prepare yourself for that gap?
I think just because I had done sidewalk to sidewalk gaps that were about 15 feet, so I knew it's in the range that you could do, but you just had to make sure you had enough speed. And that one's closer to like the 16-foot range, so it's a little bit longer than any sidewalk I'd cleared, but. If you're only talking about another foot, if you did lock up on the other side and you're going fast enough, you're going to fall on top. You're not going to fall in the hole. So just make sure you're going fast enough to make it to the other side each time. And if you fall, you're going to fall forward.
Right.
So, but the goal is not to hang up. The goal is to clear it. So the only way you can do that is just go even faster. So I just went as fast as humanly possible and tried to ollie as high and as far as I could. And even then, it felt like I wasn't going to make it. Like I'm looking at the edge in the air, just watching it, because you're ollieing straight, so you can see it the whole time.
Yes.
And I'm like a little bit in the back seat, trying to stretch it out to make sure I don't lock that truck. And just by leaning back, even if I cleared it, I wasn't able to ride away because it would shoot out. So then, by that last one that I made, it was on the 5th try that I rode away from it. But every time I didn't make it, I had to run and jump back, which everyone says is the sketchiest part, and it is. There's no messing around with that. You got to run as fast as you can and jump as high and as far as you can to make it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, on the 5th one, I was able to just be like, all right, this is going to have to be it. And I just went for it and tried to make sure when I ollied, I squared up over my front leg and just land solid. And it worked out.
Dude.
I was happy to get it done. But like, honestly, we had gone there with bigger plans. Like if the ollie went down first try, it's onto the 180. It's onto the backside of 180. And if all that works, then you go for the kickflip.
Right.
And that would have been the end of the day, But since the ollie didn't work first try or second try, I landed on the 3rd and 4th and then rode away from the 5th.
So you're like, maybe that's too dangerous to try the other ones?
It was just starting to get tiring because every time you didn't make it, you had to run and jump back. And by that 5th one, I was actually getting kind of gassed. Like I knew I didn't want to run and jump back anymore. And right before that last one is when my board had shot off the other side. So I ran and jumped back without it. And then they were trying to throw my board up to me. And that's my only way to get back. There's no other way off that thing because there's no fire escape ladder on that other one. So now I'm isolated on this thing without a board. And like, I'm either have to run and jump back or I have to ollie it. So by the time we were finally able to get them to throw it up to me, because it just kept they were trying to throw up as high as they could, but it was coming up short. They couldn't get it that high. And on one of the ones, it chipped the tail because they threw it up and then like they saw that it wasn't going to make it and they just run away and it would land it landed right on the tail and it chipped the bottom side where you ollie, which was the worst.
And you ollied it from the nose?
I thought about it, but it was too gnarly to switch it around because like, have you ever ridden your board backwards and you go to step on it and you like kick the tail and end up like just messing everything up?
It's embarrassing, but
we've all done it. You kick your board forward and then like you trip on it. Some people even get so far that they're riding away on their chest on it because like you can't get away from it. We've all done it. You fall onto it. So I didn't want to do that up there. So I just figured I'll just hammer that chip back into the tail, and I scraped it down, made it as smooth as I could, but it still had like a bump. It's like, all right, this enough of this, enough playing around. It's time to just get it done.
And if people don't know, it's kind of angled too for like water, right? So it can like
I think it tapers from the middle and then flattens out toward the end just enough. So like if it was a downhill takeoff, it makes it so much worse for ollies. So I dealt with that at the San Diego Sports Arena. All those triple sets down there, all of them had like a downhill takeoff. Yeah, because there's 2 pillars right near the end of the sets because there's triple sets down both sides, and right where the pillar is, there's like a stress crack, and after that crack, it goes downhill. So you're trying to ollie the biggest thing, but you're getting a downhill takeoff, so it doesn't let your board get as steep.
You're dipping, so you don't carry it. You need to
dips, and then it doesn't let your board get high and far. So we had tried that one time on the front side that faces the street, and it was just too dipped, and I couldn't get a good enough ollie. So we put that one in the back pocket and said, we'll try it again later. And when I was shooting for another interview, Ativo was the one that brought it up. He's like, let's go back and do that San Diego Sports Arena. Mm-hmm. All right, let's try it. So we went down and got it, and I walked off all the different ones to look for the flattest takeoff. Yeah. And it happened to be the one in the back. And that's the one you can't skate anymore because now they have a handicap ramp that goes down and then turns. Oh, it turns. So if you ollied the one I did, you'd go right into a wall now. But so when they did that contest down there for Thrasher with the ramp for everyone to get speed and go, and they removed one of the top handrails because like it gets really narrow right there between the rail and the pillar, which makes it tough to like bend down and do what you need to do. So for that one, they removed that rail, they bondoed the crack, and then the ground had been repaved where that was too. They didn't do that, but just luck of the draw, that ground was smooth because that ground around there is super rough. Yeah. So even when I was doing that one, I was falling and sliding back, and my hand was dragging on the ground, and it was so rough it wore a hole through my pinky pad right there. Damn. And it was getting so it looked like you burnt a cigarette on it, like put out a cigarette on it. It was just a full burnt hole because it was from sliding and trying to keep my hip off the ground. Yeah. But that was the only damage from that one was every time it slid out, I put my hand down and it got that big old hole. But it was getting like to where it was about to get to the bone, you know? Mm-hmm. It's getting to the white meat. So I'm like, I got to do this one now too. And same thing, it was more about just getting square over the board and not leaning back so much. Because when you try to ollie as far as you can, you tend to want to stretch it out and make sure you don't like hit the last stair or hit the
you don't want to
lock
clip.
Up. Yeah, I don't want to clip the stair. I don't want to lock up. So that one was about not hitting that stair. But finally, just go as fast as you can, get squared up over it, and try to land light. And that one worked out too.
And he pushed at that, everybody. Come on.
Yeah, the running, both of those were run and throw your board down and push like a madman. Yeah. And that last push is the most important one.
I was gonna say, like, what do you think about people using the Rollins nowadays, like for Clipper or not Clipper? I'm sorry, it's a
Wallenberg. Yeah, well, they do it Clipper. They just put it down the stairs.
Yeah, they just.
But that you don't need a whole lot of speed for that one. But Wallenberg, they definitely have been running the Rollin for quite a while. But what it does is it opens up what's possible.
It does,
because like with unlimited speed, you can have like unlimited possibilities.
True.
You know, but then you're not worried about not clearing it. Then you're just focused on catching the board and staying over it. And when speed's not an issue anymore, you can do so much more stuff.
That's true.
But like for me, I don't like going down a roll in. I need to feel that push. And when I push is when I'm setting my foot up, because I'm pushing with my back foot, my front foot's figuring out where it needs to be. By the time I get there, I can put my foot on and I'm ready. Okay. So, and when you roll in, it's a whole different thing. You're like coming off a ramp to a street trick. Right. And like, just even skating at skate parks. I don't like going off a quarter pipe to a manual pad. They're two different worlds. Oh, okay. Like just being at this angle and then trying to hold something at this angle, or like, quarter pipes to ledges, all that stuff. It's just weird. Ledges and manual pads should be flat on the street, and quarter pipes don't exist out there.
Right.
So it's strange. It's just a mix.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like
I feel like pushing is part of the trick too. What I mean?
And pushing, how much you need to bend down. And when you roll into something and you're never pushing at all, you don't know how much you need to bend down. And sometimes you'll go off a little stiff because you already have your speed. It's just different. But it's not something you couldn't get used to. I just never really got used to it.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I need that push.
Hell yeah.
So you know where I'm at.
So you wouldn't consider that cheating or nothing? Nothing like that, huh?
it's not really cheating. I mean, if it's there and everyone's got the same advantage, then it's whatever you want to do with it. You know, I mean, if you didn't have it there, it'd be a lot harder. Yeah, and would people respect what you did more? Probably, because it's harder. You know, it just is harder. But you know, no one's looking at the ramp and being like, no, it doesn't count because you had the ramp. It's like, it still counts. You did the thing. You know, you just had a little help.
Yeah. I like how you said it opens up possibilities to what could be done.
Yeah, and especially if you're on the media side and you're trying to get a bunch of clips and like fill up some, you know, space in your magazine, you're going to want as many people to do as many things as they can do. Right. So that just definitely opens the door to more stuff. So why not? You know, if you had everyone running to Wallenberg, like they did back when they do the contest back there, and you know, you get an ollie and a 180. Yeah, well, that was pretty much it. You know,
dusted.
When they had the contest, was it did they have the ramp or just running in? Like
when they had the contest back in our days, it was just running from the wall.
That was when Marissa
like the first one and the second one were running from the wall, and then after that they started bringing the roll in, and then everyone could do some more stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, by the time it got to the point where they were doing like, you know, Andrew Reynolds got his frontside flip and stuff like that, and everyone's doing stuff. I think Tyler Bledsoe, did he get the backside heel?
Okay.
I think he did do the back heel.
Yeah, all that stuff. All that was with just a ramp off that roof thing, I think. Oh. I think they used to even put the ramp further back. And then now they have that little rooftop that they use as a platform. Yeah. They figured that out, but that's closer to the set, which is even
more sketchy.
It's trickier, because then you don't have time to set up as much. But people are rolling in already with their feet set up and then doing it, which is crazy.
I think because the parks help that nowadays. People get to skate more transition as opposed to as back in the day. We didn't have as much opportunity, at least for me, to skate transition.
Did you ever skate Wallenberg?
Yeah, we skated it back in the early days, we would skate it when we would just do lines there.
As ledges, or
we skated it as ledges, and then the Gons had already ollied it. Like he did that ollie, like whatever frontside grab. Mm-hmm. It's not really like an indie grab or a you know, but it's like he would behind his knee grab, just a frontside grab. But like he was the first person to ollie that thing like that. But now they're saying because he grabbed, I don't get this whole thing where if you grabbed it, it's not an ollie anymore, and that's. Yeah. No, I don't know. It's been a big topic of debate that once you grab, it's no longer an ollie.
Then what would we
even if you ollied into it?
So then tell us the name and we'll call it that.
they just call it a grab, and because you grabbed, it's no longer an ollie.
So no more like...
I mean, there was a point that Cab said, and he's like, if like Alan Gelfand had done his air and he grabbed midair, would it still have been an ollie?
Right.
You know, and like, no, it's like a late grab. So it turns into an air as soon as you grab it. And that's, for bowls and transition, makes a lot of sense. Yeah. But, like, you're not really airing off a triple set, you know? You got to hit your tail, and you got to get it up in the air. How you can do that? You got to ollie. Mm-hmm. And then the grab's late. But, like, it is strange that there's a real divide where as soon as you grab it, it's no longer an ollie. And we never thought like that. When we were skating, you do your ollie down the set, and then you start doing ollie grabs, do your melancholy, you know, your backside grab, do a tail grab, whatever. But you're still ollieing to it. So, I don't know. I came from a time where that wasn't looked down upon. Yeah. Because grabs were just part of skateboarding, and it was actually an extension of your ollie and a way to tweak it out or style it out, you know?
Yeah. Because, I mean, I feel it's so weird nowadays for them to have a debate about that when all the other stuff now is okay, like slappies, and like, you know, not clicking your tail into
things. Everything else is being so accepted, but as soon as you grab, wait,
you can't call that an ollie. You can't call that an ollie now.
Your ollie cred is gone.
Yep.
That is funny.
That was an early grab. What?
Right.
you.
Yeah, see, an early grab is different. If you rode up to the set and you grabbed backside before you even hit your tail and you just aired it, that's different. That is not an ollie anymore because you didn't pop the tail and ollie.
I'll change it.
That's true.
Late grab.
Yeah, that is funny.
So you aired late grabbed.
Yeah. And, it was a hot debate for a while.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's a weird take, but I mean, yeah.
All right. I want to get into, do you still have Blockhead acid rain boards?
They made some, and all of those were like one of a kind where they used different colors and they sprayed it on by hand and let it run down. They were sick looking.
They look good.
So they did some way back when we did what we called the umbrella shape.
Yeah.
And it was a really pointy nose and it had like a weird taper and then almost like a more than a triangle tail. It had like 4 points on the tail. So it looked like a closed umbrella, like a cartoon drawing of a closed umbrella.
That's crazy.
So, like and they did acid ones of that one. And then, we brought it back. They did another run. And I think these ones were more like the original shape from like 93, cool. Early 93. So it had like a little bit of a football shape to it back then. So I think those ones, they did some more acid rain ones.
That's cool. And that's Bonkersville? Is that?
Oh, that's Laban's house. Yeah.
That's Laban's house?
He's got a skate park at his house that they just built up over the years. And maybe it started with the fire pit volcano and built out from there. But they got quarter pipes and, some of it's wooden, some of it's cement. Yeah. But
it's all DIY.
It's all real mini and really fun, though. And if you're able to, you can connect it all and get a good little run going. But it's a fun spot.
Yeah, because I thought I saw you signing the boards there.
Yeah, because we went over there and signed them there at the end of one of the sessions when Chanita joined us over there, and we just did an episode because they have their own Bonkersville like YouTube channel, I think. Okay. So they put them up through that, and then they share little clips from it on his Instagram. But that place is fun. It's wild.
It looks fun, man. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun to get creative and to see what you can do because everything there is a little bit challenging to skate. But that's what makes it fun. And same thing, you're all in the same boat trying to figure out what you can do. And there's plenty of variety there, so it makes it fun.
I like that. You think that because it might not be built to perfection, but you're like, nah, that's rad. We're gonna figure something out here. Yeah, that's cool.
That's how it is when we go to all these little skate parks. That one's more fun because it is DIY and everything's just got personality. Yeah. But when you go to a skate park that's built for skating, and everything's still a little funky, that's weird. And it's starting to get old because, like, by now they should have figured out what goes in a skate park and how to build it. It's like they make the little Euro step-up gaps, right? Mm-hmm. Why are they so terrible at all these local parks? All of them have a problem.
Do you have a problem with the Brea one?
The Brea one's funky because it's on the steeper side, but it's also really lumpy. So as you go up it, you feel all these lumps. And then right at the end, it has a little scoop. So you either have to go before the scoop or you have to ride it all the way through and tap at the very end. And I've done both. If you do the very end, you get this high boost that goes out of nowhere. Uh-huh. But sometimes if you hear your tail in the middle of that scoop, it'll make you go back and roll up the windows and your board just gets away. So you got to figure out how to control it.
Okay, yeah.
And the best way to do that one is just go fast and keep your head down.
Yeah.
Because anything other than that, if you try to like really ollie or use all your like force to go up, it just puts you in the back seat immediately.
That one I felt like it was weird to me when I was first trying to do tricks up in. I finally this year we did the Thanksgiving thing and I finally got the front shovey and the heel
front shove was nice. Yeah,
that one came out clean. I when I landed it, I didn't even know it was under my feet. I was just rolling away. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. So that was the first front shove and the first heel flip up it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was solid,
dude. I was excited, bro. I was like, I couldn't believe it. But but that's just because I've been putting in all that work all this year, you know?
Right. Yeah. No, that one's a good one. It's fun to skate, and we didn't have a step up there before, so it's a blessing to have it. And the way they redesigned it is fun. But that step up is a challenge, and it throws a lot of people off. Mm-hmm. But then you see the people that aren't like too used to step ups anyway, or like maybe they just aren't as picky. Mm-hmm. Or don't feel all the bumps, and they'll just skate it like nothing, and it's like it's perfect to them.
What's his name?
I've seen it.
The guy with small wheels, Aaron Small Wheels. Who's the pro right there that we saw at the Brea 12 when they're shutting it down? I mean, he won one of the highest kickflips I ever seen up that thing. I was like, he did it like nonchalant.
Yeah,
his name is just out of my head, but. Yeah,
I remember when Heath Kirchart came through, and we were filming something for Epically Latered with Patrick Odell, too. And then by the time we did some interview stuff, we pretty much had the park to ourselves. So we just did a little skating, and we started getting a couple of tricks like back-to-back with Heath or back-to-back with Patrick, and just having fun with it. But I was filming them, and they wanted to get a kickflip back-to-back. And Heath comes through with this kickflip, first try. Like, it was almost, like, chest high out of the bump. And that's standing on top of the thing. It was like, what the hell? He traveled so far. It's just like, he's got a good speed, good pump, good control. And he's always had a really good kickflip flick and his catch. So, like, that thing just skyrocketed right to his feet.
When's the last time you stepped on a board, too, and he's still doing
he's got a quick flick, and it sucks right up to his foot. He's got one of the best kickflips. So it was rad just... And it's probably the best kickflip I filmed there of anybody. It came out of nowhere, pop. And then Patrick came through and got his kickflip right after. It was good. So he backed him up.
Damn.
Do you skate with them a lot? With Heath and Pat?
No, they just came through because they were doing a story on someone else. I even forget. I think maybe we were talking about Jeremy Klein on that one.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're asking me a couple questions.
Were you in on the session with that, or you happened to just be there?
No, they came to interview me about Jeremy Klein, ask some questions, and then when we were done with that, we just had time to kill, so we skated. And it was a good session. Though. It was a lot of fun skating with those guys. And then me and Heath were able to get 360s back to back up the step up too. Damn. So he was doing backside 360s, and I was filming him, but it was like, he's about to do this right now, and it'd be rad if I could back him up with the frontside one. So I handed off the GoPro to Patrick, and then he filmed Heath and me, and we got it back to back.
That's dope.
It was sick. I was like, I'm going to take this opportunity to get us back.
I feel like that's one of the things that, I noticed that it's almost a tradition for you to always have like a line of people doing the tricks. Like every year, usually there's something. Well, everyone
ends up skating the same thing there. Yeah. I mean, there's plenty of stuff to skate there.
We all skate,
but that ends up being the session because everyone's got something they want to try. And then usually when someone makes it, it sparks the next person to make theirs. And that's the funnest thing about skating with other people. They'll push you to do something, even if you're not quite ready for it. Yeah. If they made it, you're going to try your hardest to make it.
And then everybody gets in line to do it. Yeah. Right. And then I'm like, I don't want to be the guy to blow this because everybody's doing like.
Right.
And at that 1 year, I was like, I'm just going to do it ollie because I got to make sure I'm not going to ruin it.
That's right. That's when Tom Krauser got the late shove in there in the line. That was rad.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you can risk it like that, but I mean, hey, if you got it like that, go for it.
When I'll get there and I'll try to skate and warm up with everybody, and as I'm getting warmed up, I'll see someone getting close to doing something that they really want.
Yeah.
So that's when I'll pull out the GoPro and try to film them and just help them try to get it. Because you don't want to miss the one that they do.
Yeah.
So, and once I'm up there doing it, then everyone comes out with something they want to do. And by the end, I'm up there for, an hour or two, just filming everybody else.
I swear, I was like, do you want me to start taking over for you? You're like, I got it.
I try to hook everyone up with whatever they're working on. And then once they're good, I'll hand off the camera and I'll just get something at the end. I mean, what I've learned is you don't really have to be the hero of every session, at this point. Like, it's cool to encourage other people to do their best. And then you film it really good for them. Yes. They're so stoked. And you can send them their clip and they're just really appreciative. Because I remember there was a lot of times when I was skating, and someone had to be there filming it. And I was so stoked to see what it looked like.
Yeah.
And if you got the right filmer, they make it look better than it felt,
That's
so
bad.
It's a gift to be able to hook people up like that. And like, I'm okay being on the other side of the lens and encouraging other people. Yeah. Because you don't have to be the hero.
I'll never forget the first time you recorded me, man. I was like, you pointed the camera and I was like, I'm going to be in this video? Mm-hmm. I was like, I made sure it was like first try everything. I was like, I didn't want to ruin this opportunity.
That's what's fun about just including all the homies in your videos. Like anyone who comes out and skates with us or anyone that's seen us at the parks, they know like it's an equal opportunity. If you want to do something, and even if it's not on what we're doing, if you're doing something over here and I see it, and we'll get it for you,
Yeah.
And I'll give you all your clips and you can post it however you want.
Even a guy that's not even part of the whole clique, he happens to skate with us.
Yeah.
You're like, just give me your info and we will tag you in there.
Yeah, and they'll just jump in and skate with us. And that's the way it should be. That's the way it used to be. That's the way it should be in the future.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the way it will be.
Yeah.
Dude, like, to me, I'm kind of working on that right now. Yeah. Like, not being the hero in every session and just backing off and letting someone else get some content or video, instead of having him film you all the time. Because me, I like making content and putting my videos out there,
Right.
And then, like, sometimes I'm like, dude, I got this trick. So I'm going to ask this dude, like, he's probably not skating or he's probably just resting, but I'm asking him to film a trick. Sometimes it takes me a while. Sometimes, I get it quick. Right. But other times, I'm like, dude, like, why am I taking forever? This guy's probably trying to get his clip too, So it's not about me all the time. It's about other people too, helping them out. And like how you say, like, sometimes it feels good being on the other side of the camera, Yeah,
and you can encourage them or, like, give them a tip. Like, sometimes they'll be doing something that you notice, like the way they're leaning or something's off with their foot position or something like that. Mm-hmm. And you remind them of something and they'll try it and it works. They're like, thank you. Like, I don't know what was happening, Yeah,
and they'll be like, oh, my bad. Like, I'm taking forever. I'm like, bro, don't worry about me. I got you, Like, I know how I want my clips to look. So I'm like, all right, now I know how they want their clips to look. So I make them look sick. How you said, it makes it look even better.
It makes a big difference, like having someone who knows what they're doing on the other side of the lens.
For sure. Because then it's not in the back of your head, especially if you're trying something new and you're not going to be worried about if they're going to get it good enough. You're like, that's one of the last things you need to worry about while you're trying something hard,
And that's
just
also
to be confident.
That's also like the other thing, like, helping others and making them smile, making them happy.
Bring the stoke to the session when you film their stuff and it comes out good.
I mean, come on now.
It's rad.
Jeremy's filming you. I mean, that's amazing, dude. Like 16-year-old me would not believe that would ever happen. Like, but I was telling a story yesterday at the Curb Wars that I remember when I first started skating, my friends all went to high school, and they knew Mike Mendoza, and they go, Mike knows Jeremy Wray. And I hadn't gone to high school yet, and I go, I guarantee I'm gonna make friends with that guy Mike, right?
Yeah.
And then sure enough, like I end up in an art class with Mike Mendoza. We end up being homies, and I was like, dude, that's so cool. But I never got to meet you in high school, you know. But I was like, I just knew somehow that I could be friends with at least him that knew you. Yep. And then I met Chris later on because he was doing the trick a day. And then, and then I ended up getting to know Jonas and then meeting you more. And then I'm like, oh my God, dude, like. I would have never.
Shout out to M6,
dude. Yes,
M6 was our. He was skating with us forever. I mean, he's been a homie since the beginning. You know, we wanted to go skate with here. We had to get a pass for Mike Mendoza.
That's crazy.
You know? Yeah. So, but he was our homie, and like we had a good little skate crew, and he used to skate like Rudy Johnson back in the days. Mike Mendoza would get confused for Rudy a lot because he had the same style at the time. Yeah. But Mike was doing all of our Wray Bros shirts when we started the brand. He was doing shirts and like die cut stickers and all that stuff for us. So he helped us out a lot when we were starting up.
That's how I knew when I started doing my apparel too. That I was like, my homie in high school used to do this stuff. Let me hit him up and shirt. He's like, I got you.
Yeah,
you know.
And he was a big part of us getting it.
And now he sold me all his equipment.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Are you doing some of your stuff in house?
So I'm gonna be doing all my own stuff.
Just recently.
Just recently, right now, I'm just doing the. I don't have the screen printing equipment yet, but we're working on getting it here.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
you got that hot press. Like
I got the hot press.
Yeah, that's right.
So
you can do a lot with that.
Yeah, and the next thing is coming the blotter, or whatever, to make the stickers and stuff. So
we spent hours at his house late night just printing stuff and putting the wax paper on, and
it's always fun doing it yourself though, because you put more of the care into it than someone else would.
Yeah, and a lot of time we'd go while it was getting done, just hang out, you know, have a beer with them, and we'd just knock the stuff out, you know, do half the work if we could, you know. But he was the master of pulling the screen. Like I used to do screen printing in high school. I took the class. I learned how to do it, and all my shirts came out good. But for some reason, when I'd go over there and try to pull a screen, it would just get all goopy at the bottom. It just wasn't like coming out clean and good. It was like the way I know I can do it. I don't know what was going on. So
and he was like, let me
and he had it down, and he would even like, you know, fix all the stuff I messed up.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Like I guess I'm just not made for pulling.
That's the guy that made these last shirts for us. He's like, you want to try one? I fucked it up. I was like, that one's mine.
Right. I remember I used to be good at it, so I don't know what the deal was. Maybe I'll try it again. Yeah. You know.
Well, we're gonna have the stuff here soon, so if you ever need anything, let me know. You know, I want to learn all that stuff because I've worked at places before, and I've always liked learning the stuff from the bottom up, like what everybody has to go through. Like it kind of sucks starting at the bottom, but once you know how everything runs and how
you just learn it and you figure it out and you do what you can, and then you grow and learn and get better, and then at some point maybe you won't have to screen it yourself. Maybe you'll have enough orders coming in, and the next person you can explain the proper way to do it instead of like not knowing. You buy all the equipment and you're like, hey, can you do this for me? They're like, well, how do I do it? I don't know. Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's good to know that stuff.
And at Mike's house, we used to have everyone come over, bring whatever they wanted screened whenever we were doing a new logo, and they just bring their shirt, bring their sweatshirt, bring your jacket, whatever it was. Bring over your vest. We'll screen it while we're doing the rest of the shirts.
Yeah.
And it was a good way just to have everyone be a part of it.
And and then they'd be rocking it, promoting it.
It was fun.
Yeah. And then Wray Bros, you brought that up now. Mm-hmm. You're still doing that, right? We still got stuff on the website.
Me and Pat Chanita and Paul Luna. And it's mostly me and Chanita going out on the daily filming these clips at the local parks and stuff. Yeah. So, we still go out and just pass the GoPro back and forth and get our clips.
Let me see.
We've been through a few cameras now.
We got the website right here.
Mm-hmm.
Does this connect here? Trying to get this thing to work, but I think we're too far from the computer for
and the website's more for like the merchandise. You can buy like the shirts and hats and decks and stuff on Wray Bros. And then also I do my art prints. So, you know, rather than have a separate site for the artwork and prints and stuff, I've been putting it all together on Wray Bros. So in case you wanted a deck and a print, you can get that, you know. And I've been doing some some of my older artwork from the early 90s from the high school days. I made some prints of that because that was my first board was the Blockhead board.
Yeah.
The tribute to Dr. Seuss.
This one up because
oh yeah.
This is one of your prints here.
So that's one of the ones from the color days. So that would have been in like 1993. And we made prints because I still had the original artwork. And that one I had done with they were like colored pencils, but they were also watercolor. So you color it in first, and then you wet it down with a brush, so it helps it blend and stuff. So that was one of the early ones, just trying to figure out what those pencils could do. I think I got them for my birthday when I was in high school.
That's creative.
So yeah, just trying it out, and that ended up being on a slick bottom for color skateboards. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons we haven't been able to reissue that board, because I didn't want to do it as a heat transfer or like as a screen board. I wanted it to be a slick bottom like it was originally done.
Okay.
But getting a manufacturer that can handle slick bottoms like they used to, it's been tough. There's only like 1 or 2 places that do it, and it's pretty pricey to get those done. So by the time you get it made and try to resell it, I don't know, you'd have to figure it out.
Julio De La Cruz, if you're listening and you got a
price. if they do slick bottoms, we're in. So I don't know. There's only a few that do it, and it's harder to find the material because the way they sublimate the graphic in there. I don't know. A lot of people don't go all the way back to slick bottom days, but like it was almost like having an everlasting graphic because it's not just painted on the front or on the top. It's actually like burned in by heat. It sublimates into the plastic, so you could slide and slide and slide. And it was like having a big rail over the whole board, so it slid everywhere. And that was part of the reason why rails went out, because once you had slick bottoms, you could slide without the rails. Dude, you know,
I remember that. We used to call them ever slicks,
but they were a little bit heavier. They were always a little bit soggier because I think they had to reheat it to apply the plastic. Oh. So it's heavier, soggier, and just like didn't work as good. You know, it had less pop because you're hitting on plastic instead of wood at some point too. So
the hype made us buy them.
Yeah, no, they were hot for like a year or two.
We were getting them from Madrid.
Yeah.
Jeff Madrid, I believe.
Was that when he was doing Clearwood?
Yeah,
See, Jonas was rocking those Clearwood boards for a while back then. Before he got like hooked up and sponsored with Black Label, it was riding Clearwood boards from Madrid. He would go to Madrid's house because he lived locally.
Yes,
and just pick up whatever he had.
If his porch light was on, we could go knock at the door and get some. I don't even know how we got that connection.
And I don't think I ever went there because I think by the time I was probably getting boards from Blockhead. Yeah. Right around the time he was doing those Clearwood Madrid ones.
Okay.
But he got on Black Label pretty shortly after there. Yeah, and I don't know. I must have been getting boards from somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you said, because I was watching your Dern Brothers. Is it Dern Brothers? No. I'm sorry. The Bunt.
Oh, yeah.
The Bunt. And you said you were talking about a little bit how you went to a trade show.
Oh, yeah. I got sponsored. Yeah.
And then you had to return the boards.
Yeah. We can run through that one real quick. Yeah, it was like we had just come from skate camp, and somebody had encouraged me to make a sponsor me tape. I think it's because Jonas had gotten on Thunder and Spitfire because Strugi was the team manager for Thunder and Spitfire at the time, and him and a crew of people came to skate camp. Okay. So we were all skating the ramps together, and they had the street contest going on while we were there at the end of the week. So me and Jonas are in the same age group because he's only a year younger than me, and we're skating this skate course street contest. And I bailed one trick. And Jonas made every trick. Oh. So he got first and I got second. And the guys were all stoked on the way he was skating and all the stuff that he was doing. I think he started his run with an impossible over the hip. Damn. And when he got that impossible, everything else was working. Yeah. And after he made every trick, he did 2 thumbs up like to the judges because he was never serious or anything. Like he would do his trick and then do another trick. All the way through his whole line, just did that. It was hilarious. So he got first place. And they hooked him up. Like, yeah, when you get home, you'll get some Thunder and Spitfire boxes. They took down his name and address. Damn. And I had to talk to him like, oh, how do I get some of that? And they're like, oh, you got to send in a sponsor tape. So I did. We went home, filmed some stuff, sent it up there. I'm like, all right, you can be on to. And they started sending us boxes. So what's funny about both of us getting boxes was they wouldn't send him a box and me a box. They would just send a box to the Wray brothers.
Right.
So then we'd have to open it up. And be like, all right, this is what we got. And then what we would do is we just pick. So like, all right, since, you know, he got on first, maybe he got first pick.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. So like if he started, then I get the next one. And there'd be wheels and shirts and hats and jackets, but sometimes only one of something. So like if you want the wheels because you want to skate, you get wheels. And then, all right, I'll take the shirt. Then he takes the jacket. I'll take the hat, you know? And then we always had enough wheels. But like for the other stuff, it got kind of tricky because I was like, only one of those jackets, that thing's sick. I want that.
Yeah.
You know?
But you guys didn't really share too much, like clothing or anything like that, or
no. I think once it was mine or his, it was mine or his. Yeah, I don't think we shared much of like that kind of stuff. Yeah,
that's cool. He wasn't like say like I could understand maybe one of you were sponsored and then you right. Like, damn, my brother keeps taking all my clothes. But yeah, if you're both getting gear, you know, you're
no, cool. Yeah, I think we had our own styles and we always had our own stuff.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, but as far as that trade show one goes, it was after that I had turned in my thing, got the Thunder and Spitfire going, and then it was time to find a board sponsor.
Yeah.
So some of the guys at skate camp at Visalia had recommended that me talk to the guys at Blockhead because they were affiliated with the skate camp, and Dave Bergthold, the owner of Blockhead, his brother Kevin Bergthold was at skate camp while we were there. So they said, just get him your tape and he can give it to his brother. So we were able to do that. Somehow we got our tape to him. He got it to Dave Bergthold, and then Laban was the top pro over there at the time because Rick Howard had just left. So Laban had seen my tape, and he saw something in there. He's like, yeah, I think, you know, we could do something with this kid. Damn. So he gave me the thumbs up, and then they found me at the ASR trade show. But I had plugged my tape in at some of the booths, showing it to some of the board sponsors. Yeah. And then I had gone to the Black Label booth. Of course, I loved Black Label at the time. Like their graphics were so sick, their team was sick, and like I didn't know that John Lucero was doing all of that art back then, and I was really into the artwork. I didn't find out till later how much art he had done for other people too. So like he was heavily influencing me with his artwork before I even knew it was him.
That's amazing.
But I played my tape for him, and he said like, all right, maybe we can start you out with a couple boards, and we'll see how it goes. Like. Yeah. So I had the couple boards with me. I'm walking through the trade show, all stoked, like, yeah, I got some Black Label boards to ride. This will be sick. And then the Blockhead guys saw me walking through the aisle, and they're like, hey, like, Jeremy, we saw your tape. And then they started talking to me, and Laban was the one like, hey, we're filming a video, and we want you to be on the team. We want you to come skate with us. And, you know, if you can be down here next weekend, we're going to start filming. All right. And the video is going to come out in like 2 weeks. So I had a little bit of time to get in there.
Yeah.
So like, all right. So it sounded good, and they were all down, and I was going to be part of the team. And they just seemed stoked on it. So like, all right, that sounds good to me. Let's do it. Then I walked back to Black Label. It was the same day. It was like, you know, probably 15 minutes later, I walked back and I handed the boards back. I was like, hey,
someone else picked me up.
Yeah, I'll be riding for Blockhead, and I wanted to give you guys these boards back. And they're like, you didn't need to bring them back. Like, you know, you really didn't need to. You could have just kept them.
Yeah.
It's like, no, I'll be riding these things. You can give them to someone else. Someone will need them, you know.
Yeah. So, well, I feel like Blockhead.
I felt like it was the right thing to do. You know,
they were already telling you they're gonna put you in a video. These guys didn't say they're gonna put you in a video. You know, like they're like, oh, here's some boards. We'll see what we'll fill you out or whatever.
Right.
You walk around. This other team's like, no, we're ready to actually start filming Monday.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, also the other part of all that was Jason Dill rode for Blockhead at the time.
Oh, okay.
And we were already skating with Jason down in Huntington Beach.
Yeah.
Every weekend we'd go down there and skate with him. So just knowing someone on the team too, and we'd be able to film together and skate together. So it was like, that makes sense. Like I'll be part of this crew, and we could all skate together. And then about a year later, Jason Dill popped over to Black Label, and Jonas got on Black Label. So then they were on the other squad.
You would have already been there.
Yeah, I would have already been there skating and ready for him. Yeah, that's when Gino got on Black Label too.
Yeah.
So they had a sick team back then.
Damn.
How old were you at that time? How old were you?
We were all teenagers. I think I was probably 17 when I got on Blockhead. So, which is kind of late to get sponsored. I'd already been skating for about 10 years before I got sponsored. So that's a very long stretch. But what was cool about that is when you're filming for your first video, you're not really just learning tricks now on film for the first time. You're actually, you have a bag of tricks and you're just finding spots to do them. So filming wasn't that bad. It was just fun, you know, and just finally documenting some stuff that you used to do.
Was 411 issue 1 already out, or did that come later?
That came later, but not much later.
Not much later, yeah.
It was right after that first Blockhead video. I think we were filming the video in like 92.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah. And then I think 411 came out in 93. So at some point I was filming for the next Blockhead video and then ended up filming for the color video and 411. And all those three parts dropped pretty close together. Yeah. All in that same year, I think.
Wow. So, and then moved on to Element?
Well, after color, it was Blockhead to color. And then color dissolved after, it was under a year that color was start to finish for the whole brand. And after that, I realized I didn't want to be hopping around all these different brands. You don't want to get lost in the shuffle or like have to worry about what you're going to do next every time a brand goes out of business. So I tried to think of what was the best brand to ride for that'll always be around. And it was like Plan B was the best brand there was. They made the sickest videos. They're not going anywhere. And I want to, if I have a chance, I'm going to ride for them. Yeah. So I was able to talk to someone and meet Mike Ternaski, go meet him in person and skate with him and talk to him about what I was up to, what I wanted, what I liked. And I was telling him about, you know, how the 8th Street videos inspired me and stuff. Turns out he's the one that filmed all those videos. So I didn't know too much about my skate history and who was behind the scenes, but he was one of the ones making all the videos that inspired me to want to learn new tricks and, you know, get better. Because 8th Street was on the forefront of like some really new skateboarding at the time. Yeah. They were pushing the limits. And then that from 8th Street came Plan B, which was like they took 8th Street got so big, they had so many people on the team. It was hard to manage everybody. And they handpicked a few people from 8th Street and from other brands to make this super brand. Right. And that's when Plan B came about. And that was while we were at skate camp one of the years, we heard about it. Yeah. Yeah, because it was they were going to call it Next or Left. The name was kind of up in the air. Oh, wow. And then the ad came out for Plan B, and it had a list of riders who was potentially going to be on it. It was like a list of 11 of the biggest names in skateboarding. It said 5 of these guys are going to quit their brands and, you know, ride for Plan B.
That's a big
start
deal,
a new company. Yeah. But then, you know, the questionable video comes out, changes skateboarding, makes, like, everyone have to really examine what they can do on a board and either step it up or step away. Yeah. And I had a few friends that just, they saw that. They're like, yeah, I can't do that. And they just had to, like, just skate for fun and do something else. But I think we were just young enough to where it was time to, all right, let's see how much of this we can learn and try to keep up. And we just pushed it the other way.
I mean, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, that, especially, like you said, questionable virtual reality, when those things came out, I mean, those were like Sean Sheffy when he came out at Powerhouse.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all.
Well, Sean Sheffy's part in the Life video was one of the best ones ever. Soldier Story.
Okay.
Yeah, because it was the way it was filmed, the way it was set to the music. It was like the old Western music.
Yeah. I
so
remember
sick.
this one now. Yeah.
It just like, that was all Mike Ternaski with the way he would have an idea of how it could look, set it to that music, and just make it like dynamic.
Right.
You know? And of course, Sean Sheffy he was a beast on a skateboard back then. Man, he was so powerful and just doing stuff so big. And it was just inspiring to watch. You know, he's one of the guys.
Yeah.
One of the guys that we all learned from.
I have a question. Did you ever have a manager growing up or somebody that helped you make decisions on what sponsors will help you out or what fits best for you?
No, I came from an era before managers were even a part of the picture. So all the way up until now, I've never had a manager. I did all my deals myself and just, you know, they were usually just handshake deals. Mm-hmm. And while everything was working good, it was working good. And then, you know, if the company goes out of business, of course, that's the end of that. And you got to figure out what you're doing next. Yes, there was never any contracts involved back then.
It, right. You don't get paid out or nothing like that.
Right. But even if you had contracts back then, it was all just all of our friends making a brand by themselves. Like, I don't even know it's not like you're going to take them to court and sue them over the money they owe you that they didn't even make because the brand went out of business, you know? Right. I know it's like that these days with all the corporations and stuff. Mm-hmm. And everyone's, you know, looking out for each other in that way. But yeah, it wasn't like that back then. There was nothing in skateboarding. Like, it was so small. And like the contest, if you won the contest, you might get $500, you know? Right. It wasn't a big deal. And then it wasn't like the $500,000 they were getting 10 years later.
And you still had to pay the taxes on that, right? The prize money, or did you have to report it? Or
I think back then, if you won the contest, it was just cash.
Cash? Oh,
yeah. Cool. And if it was a check, hopefully it didn't bounce. Who knows?
Right. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah, it was pretty small back then, but that was fun, you know. Yeah. That's why it made skateboarding different. You weren't chasing like the payday; you were just chasing the fun of skating.
Yeah.
you know, because there wasn't a payday.
Yeah, it's crazy seeing like all these kids being trained now, or coaches, managers, or people telling like do this, like especially parents, bro. Sometimes parents are tough on their kids,
they're
like making them
a soccer mom for the skaters, you know.
Yeah. Well, as soon as they saw that skateboarding could be a career, and you're a dad and your kid likes skating, all right, or even if they didn't like skating, maybe you're like, this might be my ticket to a better life if I can get this little dude just to, you know, be a top pro one day. So we'll just start him when he's 3.
Yeah.
And they're like, you know, getting onto these handrails with a helmet on and falling down, you know. Little kids get wrecked trying to skate all this stuff that's way out of their, not even their comfort zone. It's like way out of their skill level. Like when you're that tiny, you shouldn't be hopping onto handrails. Yeah. I mean, you can, but you're going to get broke off. And I know when you're little, you're a little more bouncy and like flexible. But if you wait until you're ready, you know, until your muscles develop, until you have a little power where you can jump up there, it'll make everything a lot easier. And I know you got to learn somehow, but like you could be learning on a flat bar in your driveway, getting your skills up, and not doing it down the Hollywood 16, you know, because that could really hurt you. It could injure you really bad if you're a little dude, you don't know what you're doing yet, and you're trying to figure it out on that. That's just dangerous, you know. And the clip of you with your helmet on and all your pads, like doing these street tricks, it's really not going to help you that much, you know. It doesn't make you stand out that much.
Right.
Like it's not going to be like
it's going to stand out that not in a positive way anyway. You know, like
they've been through it. I mean, and some kids do just push right through that and grow up and get better and finally grow into their bodies and can do better, harder tricks and stick with it. But it's just not for everybody. And if it's in the kid and they want to do it, that's different. If you're a parent pushing it on them, it's just, I don't know, it's tough. I never had anyone pushing skateboarding on me, you know. So I don't know what that would be like, but I would imagine I wouldn't like it.
Right.
You know?
Exactly. That's why I feel like the same thing. Like if your son likes, you know, you never pushed him into skateboarding. I mean, it was always available.
They always had a board and, you know, they had every opportunity to learn. And I was there to teach them. And my daughter and my son both have skateboards. They both learned how to drop in on our mini ramp in the backyard and learned some of the basics, but you know,
but
they just didn't have a drive for it. They never got bit by the skateboard bug. They didn't have friends that did it. Yeah. And pretty much when you're a kid, you want to hang out with your friends and do what they do.
Exactly.
So if your friends don't skate, you're going to want to do other stuff.
Yeah.
And then also they come out and it's me and Jonas like skating on the mini ramp, doing all this stuff. And then they want to skate with us. They can't just drop in and do all this stuff too. So it's really frustrating, you know? It's like you want to be good, but you don't know how to get there. And you don't have the patience to wait like 3 years while you're learning all these basics to get to what we're already doing. So I get it, that it just wasn't easy or accessible like that. Because you really got to want it.
Yeah, because you guys make it look easy. And then when they figure out it's not easy, they're like, I'm over it.
Yeah, like maybe I'm not good at it because it's not looking like that or it doesn't work like that. But yeah, we've been doing it for 40 years, you know? Yeah. Been at it for, I don't know, 42 years now, something like that.
It's amazing. That's so cool, man.
Yeah, so I get it. So Jackson likes to play basketball with his buddies, and he's getting up there, doing good. So it's something I can definitely get behind and support, you know? He found his passion, and I love it.
That's amazing.
And if he still wants to skate later, there's plenty of time, you know? Plenty of time to learn how to do a kickflip.
You know what I think it's awesome? That like what you learned in skateboarding, you being as like a professional or like even a legend, like in my eyes, you know, like I know you're just another human being like us, but what you've been in the skateboarding, you know, like all the experiences and everything, what you learned, you could also bring it to his skateboarding sport.
Or his
and
basketball.
You know, like it's basketball. My bad, it's basketball sport. Yeah, like bring it to his basketball sport and just like, you know, never giving up. When you fall, get back up. I know it's not the same, but it's kind of similar stuff too, you know?
Yeah.
Like just being successful.
There's definitely parallels. Yeah, and you see it.
And a good sportsman. I mean, that's everything, you know? Like, you know, being a team player, you know? That's one thing we don't do as a skater a lot of times. We're pretty much playing for ourselves or skating for ourselves. Now he's kind of dependent on with other players too. So, you know, you got it. Like you said, he's not a ball hog, so he shares the ball. He doesn't have to be the hero.
Well, I was lucky to have good skate mentors. Like, you know, I had, when Plan B would go on like a U.S. tour, it was Matt Hensley that was our team manager at the time. So he's driving the van, showing us the ropes, and he was, you know, like a skateboard veteran already at the time. Like he was an amazing skateboarder, everyone's favorite. they could have the biggest ego and stuff, but he was the most down to earth dude, and he kind of walked me through how to deal with everyone knowing your name, wanting an autograph, like, or wanting something from you, or like feeling like you have to perform and like be the best dude at the demo and all that stuff, and just how to deal with all that. And just being with him on that tour and the other tours that came after that, he really taught me just how to be humble and just do your thing. And he's like, it doesn't matter how good you are on a skateboard. If you're an asshole, you're still an asshole. Yeah. So it's, you know, being good at something doesn't take that away. So always be like a good dude, you know? And he was right.
Did that take the pressure off you a little bit? Like, did you feel like there was a little pressure being...
There's always pressure when you got extra eyeballs on you. But at that point, we're skating so much that like you're kind of comfortable on your board in front of whoever's there anyway. Mm-hmm. And you'd have good days and bad days, but like he also said, don't worry about that. Cause I learned, I had a demo where we were skating like an indoor hockey rink kind of setup, and all the ramps were slippery and all the ground was slick. So every time even if you made something on the hip, by the time you get onto the flat ground, it would slip out. So we're falling all over the place. It looked like no one knew what they were doing. It was hilarious. Like it was like we were skating on ice. Everyone's falling on every trick. I think I went the whole demo and didn't actually cleanly ride away from anything. And then as we're leaving the demo to go into the van, someone comes up like, oh man, like that was sick seeing you skate out there. You were ripping, you know? And I'm like, I didn't even make one trick. I felt so bad. But like there they are giving me compliments on how they thought we were all ripping, which was awesome. So it's like they're, you know, they just want to see you, and they're learning stuff from what you're doing anyway. And they're still inspired even if you're on your worst day. So it was cool to see that perspective. Like, then it took a lot of pressure off. It's like they're not like faulting you every time you miss a kickflip. Right. You know,
it's like a comic.
They're rooting for you
when he thinks he bombed his show, and then someone comes out there, dude, that was so great.
Right.
What? Okay. Well, thank you.
You know, like you're your own worst critic. You know, and you remember everything you missed, and you know how many things you might have made. Yeah. But the kids, and there's a demo, and there's like, you know, 8 guys all skating the same course. They're not looking at everyone who's missing their tricks. They're watching the people that are making it, and enough people are making something somewhere that if they saw you do 1 or 2 things and they saw this guy do 1 or 2 things, they just remember everyone was ripping. Yeah. So it's just, I don't know, it helped take the pressure off a lot, and just
that's good to have those mentors, man.
You know, that's a trip saying that, because that reminds me of when I went to the Curb show in Vegas. Yeah. Like during like practice or whatever, like I wasn't doing what I wanted to do or land the tricks that I wanted to do. So I felt some kind of way, like I'm like being hard on myself. Right. Telling my friend that we both drove up there. We were like hanging out, and I told him like, dude, like I'm not really doing that good, whatever, you know? Yeah. But the other guy next to me, he was watching the whole practice event. Right. And then he's like, dude, like you were killing it out there, man. I was watching you the whole time. Like even though you didn't do the as you wanted, you still killed it, man. Like, and that getting that feedback from a stranger like means a lot, you know? Yeah. It takes it a long way. Yeah. So there's people
you don't realize, like, because you're not watching yourself either, so you don't know what it looks like, and like you just feel like you're messing up, but like there's something there still, you know? Yeah. Someone else can see the potential, or like I don't know. There's a lot to skateboarding that we can't see.
And the best part is just always have a great positive attitude, because I've been that guy where I used to have a freak out because I couldn't land a trick or something, right? And then when you see it happening to somebody else in the park, you're like, oh damn, is that?
Well, and the negative energy spreads. Yeah, you know, if you got one person that's really just bummed, they're not making anything, true, something happened, and like they're just stressing out, and it just grows and grows, and then it starts affecting other people. It just brings the whole session down. But then if you have people that are like, you know, having a good time, that spreads too. Yeah. So I don't know. I was always the one smiling and having a great time while we were skating, and people would mention it like, "You're always smiling." I'm like, I love skateboarding. This is actually fun for me. You know, I'm not stressed about making something. I'm just, you know, having fun, learning, and getting it going. Yeah. And it is nice as a bonus when you can make everything on a day, but like,
it doesn't always happen.
It doesn't always happen. You got to be okay with that. Yeah. And sometimes you can turn a bad day into a good day by not stressing about it. You know, if you're not making a certain trick, let's say you're trying to do your 360 kickflip. It's not working today for whatever reason. Back it back up. Don't even flip your board. Do a backside 180. Do a frontside 180. Do things that feel good. And then all of a sudden you go back to that 360 flip, and you can do it first try.
I always say that.
Second try.
I always say that. Go back to your comfy.
Yeah.
You know, do something that you feel comfortable.
You get stuck all day trying one thing, and never make it and be so pissed and be tired and you worn out because you tried that one thing.
You could change one trick, do a crook down the rail real quick, and then next thing you know, go back to the other thing, and it just locks in. You're like,
so with these demos, what I started doing, I would give everything just 3 tries.
Okay.
You know, just go up, give it 3 tries. If it doesn't work in 3, try something else. And pretty soon down the line, you'll get something that you will make in those 3 tries. And then you get something else you'll make in 3 tries. Come back around to the thing that you didn't make, you'll probably make it within those 3 tries. Mm-hmm. And then you're never stuck on a trick. You're never embarrassing yourself out there just trying this one trick for 2 hours and stressing, you know. I mean, sometimes that's fun when you finally make it and everyone's like, of course. Like, you know, they see the thing you've been working on so hard. But you can make it a lot easier on yourself by just doing 3 tries and come back around to it. And it's almost guaranteed you're going to make it.
Because a lot of times, especially if they're filming, I'm like, well, let me just get a clip to bring home.
Right.
And then you land something, and then it like takes the pressure off, too. Because now you at least you got something in the bag.
Yeah, it's good to get something in the bank and then move on. And you can always try something harder the next thing and the next thing and build on it. But on that. You got to get something in.
Yep.
And it's okay if it's something that feels easy for you. It feels comfortable. It's probably going to look nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I say sometimes less is more. You know, like a lot of times people get too technical. A lot of times it takes away from it a little bit.
Yeah.
Unless it looks really clean and beautiful. You know, but a lot of times like just a nice long crook is good. Yeah. You know, you don't have to get too techie.
What I learned about these demos or like events and people are watching, all they want to see is landing tricks. So even if it's basics, you know, they want to be amazed. They want to clap. They want to be entertained. Right. So even a 50-50 will be dope to someone that doesn't skate, you know?
Right.
They're amazed how it is. But some skaters, I've seen it happen where like they're super talented, but they're stuck trying this trick and they make a fool of them. Not a fool, but they make an embarrassment of themselves because they're getting mad for not landing this very difficult trick when they could just be doing 5-0, nose guy, tail slide, and having the best time of their lives.
Yeah, everyone's got their own level. And like, you got to push it and get better and try harder stuff sometimes. But like, you can also have fun first and save that for the end when you're really feeling it. But like, you know when you got to push it and when you don't. But like, it's okay to not do the hardest thing at the demo that day, you know?
That happens.
But you do got to stand out. So it's a balance, you know? Yeah. You got to know when to go for it and when to send you.
Another thing about that, like going all out, that sometimes you might get hurt. You know, like at the Sticks event 2 weeks ago, I was having the best time of my life skating this 10-stair rail that I was really getting comfortable with.
Right.
And then I tried a trick that I never even tried on a street rail before, only skate parks. I tried to kickflip board slide it.
Yeah.
And I had it, you know, but on one of them, I missed the flip on the rail.
Went over?
Yeah, I landed straight on my heel. But the energy of the people, like, hyping me up, getting pumped up, like, you know, after the back-to-back tricks.
Right.
Like, I'm like, dude, like, and my thought, my insights were telling me, like, dude, just stop, come back with a filmer and get it for your video part. But just the energy, I wanted to go all out, you know?
Yeah.
And I ended up getting hurt.
Sometimes you got to listen to that little voice in your head because it usually knows. I've had a few times where it told me the right thing and I didn't listen. I'm like, you know, I heard the voice, disregarded it, did it anyway, and got hurt. You know, it happens. So very important to listen to that little voice because it's usually steering you right.
What hesitates you.
And it's not fear. It's not like something saying, oh, I'm scared to do this, don't do this because you might get hurt. It's usually something else, like actually giving you sound advice, and you just got to listen to it.
Yeah, and then that's what I didn't do, you know. So now I'm learning from all these experiences, you know, as we're going each day. Like, every day we're learning, man. Like, we can't all just go all out. We can't just show off. We got to be, you know, just be humble, like, you know how you said.
Even though you know when it's time, you know when your body's feeling it, and you know when you're pushing it in the wrong direction. So just listen to what's happening and pay attention.
I've been wanting to hit that rail at LP for that giant rail, that big huge rail that I hit recently. No, you know that little rail right there. I could visualize it for months.
Is that at the park at La Puente?
Yeah, I've been visualizing it for months, and then I knew I wasn't really ready until finally the day I said, you know what, I'm going for this. And then
board slide down the thing.
Yeah, his back was turned. And he hears me like go for it. And when he turns around, he sees I'm on the floor. And then after that, I'm like, oh, that wasn't that bad.
Right.
But I was like, I got this. And then he's like, you're gonna do that? Let me film it. So he films it, and then I got it that day, and I did it like twice or something. But I remember just
a lot of times it's the first one that's the hardest.
Yeah, because you don't
know what to expect. You're going into the unknown. But you got to be ready and calm about it. You know, if you're too spastic or like, you know, it's too much like energy built up.
I remember telling myself,
just relax.
Do it like you've always already been doing it.
Yeah,
do it with
that's the best advice. Yeah,
right. Because otherwise,
do it like you do it every day.
Exactly. Yeah. You've been doing rails all the time. You know how to slide. Just all you gotta do is ollie. And then I was like, and then he asked me, he's like, where do you think you have to jump on the rail? I go, maybe here. He goes, nah, down here. I go, okay.
Gap out.
You gotta gap out a little bit more. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah,
because then you don't gotta ollie as high. But I tend to avoid skate park rails because I'm not a big fan of wax on metal.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't know what you're going to get. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you get the one that's just been freshly waxed and you get on and it just takes off on you.
Yeah.
And then you get the opposite one where it's been in the sun all day, that wax melted off, and now it's like not sliding, it's sticky.
Yes.
So you get onto that same rail, same way, and it'll just not go anywhere and bite your board, and then you get pitched.
Yeah.
So since I don't know which one I'm going to get that day, sometimes I'll skate something else. Yeah. I've been avoiding skate park rails for a while now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the rails out with my Little Johns on, so that helps. That helps for sure. That
you get a more consistent slide. Yeah.
But like you said, if it's somebody waxed it,
it really still shoot out. Yeah.
But luckily that rail's short enough where you're not going to sack it unless you really twist an ankle or something coming down. But yeah, like the board shot out and I was fine. I was like, okay, that's not that hard.
Yeah, I've had it on the skate park rails, even on the flat bar. That once you get on it, you'll start sliding faster than you were rolling to get into it. Mm-hmm. That's how fast some of these are. It's crazy. But once you get used to it and you know what to expect, then you get comfortable, and now you know you don't have to lean back at all. You can actually lean into it without fear of sticking, and you can go. So it's really just be careful on the first or second one, you know? It's the first one that'll get you. But after that, it's open.
I have a question, Jeremy. Now at your age, looking back at your 20s, do you think you'll be able to do any of the tricks that you did in your 20s, like today at this age, or no?
You definitely could. Yeah. I try to stay ready in case I need to. And I'll test myself every once in a while to see what I can still do. And it is amazing to find out that you can still do some of that stuff. But also, I think as you get older, you're more likely to get hurt. Like your body starts just not healing as fast. Mm-hmm. So every time you get hurt, it takes longer to recover. And the injuries are worse. So, up to this point, you should never say it, but I haven't broken any bones. But I've had torn ligaments and I've gotten bruised up. I've jammed fingers. I have huge bruises on my hips. I've hit my head in the front, get a little split and stuff, that kind of stuff. But I've had some injuries along the way. But I don't know, learning how to fall, I guess, is one of the most important things.
All right.
And some people never really learn that, so every slam's just worse and worse, and they just slam and hit the ground and don't roll out of it or go with it. If you try to fight it, that's when you're going to get hurt. If you know you're going down and you're trying to not go down, that's when you're going to snap wrists and stuff. And I kind of can realize I'm about to go down and go with it, figure out how to get out of it. And if it's going that way, just take the tumble and go with it, you know? Or, rather than even just sliding on one spot, see if you can roll off it or something. Just try to get out of it whichever way you can. I know sometimes it happens so fast you don't get choices.
Yeah.
You just got to get what you get.
The worst is I landed on the curb outside and I jammed my fingers all up somehow. Yeah. I'm looking at the video
right, because you got to put your hand to stop yourself, and then your hand goes down, and your fingers stay on top of the curb. It's happened to me.
Exactly, and I've seen it. At the video, but
jams
it doesn't
really
good. Seem that I did anything wrong, but my hand hurts. And ever since then, now I'm every time I'll squeeze something like the dishwasher, dish soap or something, I feel all weak because my fingers still hurt.
Yeah,
it's been a week already. You know, so getting older does. And then I was gonna say too, when you get older, you might hesitate. If you're having a job or your responsibilities, you may not try the harder things anymore, as opposed to when you were younger, when you had less of the responsibility.
But also, as you're skating, it's important to be aware of what you're doing. And that's where, when you get into drinking later or drugs and you're still trying to skate, you got to be very careful. Because if you're just not really aware of what's happening and you get a slam that comes out of nowhere, you can really get hurt because you're not really fully there and paying attention. Because it takes everything you got to not get just handled. You have to be able to be aware of what's happening so you can get out of it the best way you can.
Yeah.
That's why I definitely separate the two. I'm not trying to skate when I'm drunk.
Yeah.
I had 2 broken bones, and they were both under the influence of drugs and alcohol. And that was when I was 21, 22, and now I'm 34.
Yeah.
And I don't drink and skate no more. I don't do drugs like that. But I was just asking you the question, how like, you know, you think you'll still be able to do tricks that you were doing at your younger age? Because like,
well, and it's easier to do it if you keep doing it. You know, if you take a long break and you don't do this stuff for a while, and then you try to do what you thought you could do back then, it's not the same. But if you maintain it and you keep doing it the whole way through, it's not that different. You know, you might be more sore after, but like you'll still be able to do it. It's the breaks that'll get you. So just don't stop. Yeah, you know, if you have a choice. I mean, if you got to work all day and you can't skate all day, of course, you're not going to be as connected with that board. But, you know, if you get it in often enough, you can always get it back too. So, but just be patient. You can't just jump right back in after not skating for 2 years and think that 360 flip down the triple set's still waiting for you. You know, you got to do your homework all over again. Like skate smaller stuff, build your confidence back up, and then do it the way you learned it in the first place, you know? You didn't just start there. You did all this homework to get there. Yeah. So just start over and do your homework, and everything else checks out, you're ready for it.
It's called the Chris Johnson.
Yeah, you got to just do it. Yeah, you got to do the work every time.
Yeah, because I want to be like at my 40s, still hitting handrails, still hitting stairs, but I don't know if it's possible. But like you said,
it's definitely possible, especially if you just keep going. Because I feel like your stuff's getting better and better and better. You're improving and like upping your skills constantly. So just keep on that path and you're good, you know? Yeah. Thank you, and it'll just keep getting easier. The more you skate, the easier skateboarding is. Yeah. But then the harder tricks you try, you start getting that window where it's like, where you won't make something all day because you're pushing yourself too hard trying to learn something that's a little further out of your comfort zone. But you got to do that too. So it's important to know when to do what. Yeah. You know, it's hard to navigate for sure because you want to get better, you want to try harder stuff, but you also want to enjoy your skateboarding and make how to tricks. Curb dance, you know,
that's what I want.
Yeah. So it's
low impact, but it still hurts if you fall.
Right. But that comes down to doing your homework again. Yeah. You know, you got to work your way up to the tricks that you're doing.
Let's say, for example, your front 360 is one of your tricks, right? Mm-hmm. You think you got that on like a stair set, like in a couple tries, or you think you don't got that like that no more?
If I'm skating stairs all the time, yeah, it's right there. Like, you know, I skate the step up more often than anything now, and I still got the 360 when I want it. Mm-hmm. But if I haven't done it in a while, sometimes it takes a little longer just to get into it. And for my age, what I'm feeling is I don't bend down as much as I used to. I don't get as low as I used to, and that's where all the pop comes from. So if you're not bending down as much, you just kind of forget. You don't bend down in your normal life. You're not bending down all the time like that. So it's unnatural to do it. But if you're skating a lot, it just comes back and you get looser again. It's like you just end up getting stiff if you don't skate.
Yeah, you give yourself more of like a wind up type of.
Like anytime something's not working for me, it's usually because I'm not bending down enough. And if I just remind myself and get down a little lower, it magically works. So for me, that's the best advice I could give. Just don't forget to bend down extra. Even if it feels like that's way too low, just bend down a little extra and you'll feel the difference in the trick. It'll pop higher, you'll have more control, and it's just easier. So don't forget to bend down.
Good advice.
And I don't stretch. So that's also my problem. Like if you're not stretching or doing anything that bends your body in certain ways, you're not ready for it. Yeah. So it's part of doing your homework. You also got to stretch at some point. If you're not stretching in skateboarding, that's the way I do it. I'll just skate, kind of take it easy to warm up, and my body starts, flowing, starts warming up, starts feeling better. And if I try something too hard too soon, like if I try to do a kickflip first thing in the morning, it's real abrupt. It just doesn't feel like it's ready. But, you save that kickflip for kind of the middle of the session. All of a sudden, you can get it first try, and it feels good. You just got to do all the steps to get there. Yeah. And the warm-ups do take longer as you get older, but the more you skate, the less that is too. If you're skating every day, maybe that first day might be hard to warm up, but by day 2, day 3, day 4, you're already kind of warmed up from the day before, and you're good to go. You just got to maintain it. Dude, and that's all it is.
At my age, I'd be getting a skate park, and I'm like, am I even going to be able to skate today? But then you said I was now starting to stretch. I'm stretching in the morning. Yeah. And then I do my little warm-up runs, and then next thing you know, you start sweating, and then the legs start waking up.
That's what it is. But as soon as you break a sweat, it all starts feeling good.
Yeah. And then you're like, okay, then the plan I had was to come here and do this trick, but then I'm not even doing that trick. I'm doing something totally different now because this just happened on accident. Now I want this. Yeah. So that's what I love about skateboarding. You never know if it's going to be a good or bad day, but just being out there is going to be fun for me, Yeah. Especially at my age right now, 46, man. I'm just happy to be on the skateboard still.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And how we were watching this, your first episode with us was episode 16.
Wow.
I was like 60 pounds heavier on that episode. I was so fat. It was well,
that's why by this Thanksgiving, and you're popping up that step up, got your front shove, got your heel flip, like you can tell it's paying off.
Dude, I couldn't believe it, man. And that's all due because I stopped drinking, drinking alcohol. So,
shout out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I know I've slowed down a little bit too myself.
But you've never.
But a lot of people my age are getting sober and like completely cutting it off.
Yeah,
which is good. I mean, I can imagine it's really good. But
I didn't do it because of I didn't feel like I had an issue, but I'm sure I did. No,
and you're better off without it, of course. I mean, life's just easier without it.
And I'm the type of guy that was like, if I was going to drink, I was going to get drunk. You know, I'm not just having a beer with dinner.
Right.
Some people can do that. I was like, So nowadays, I can probably have a beer, but I choose not to because why? I'm not going to have one.
It's better that way without it,
It is.
Function better.
And now I don't even think about it. But now it made me skate a lot better now that I don't drink. So much better.
I know. And we used to start off the night, if we're going to go drinking, we'd have a vodka Red Bull, and sometimes 2 or 3 in a night. No big deal. But as I got older, started noticing my heart was skipping a beat.
Oh, shit.
And I think it was linked to those vodka Red Bulls. So it's
Red Bull's not good for that, yeah.
Yeah, and it got to a point where it was something's not right, and I don't know what it is. So I kind of cut the vodka Red Bulls off completely, and I did some research on it too, because I knew they're not good for you.
Right.
But I was always able to handle it, and it just tasted good, got me started, no big deal. But not anymore. I definitely done with those, and I wouldn't recommend that to anybody. If it's going to affect your body like that and do something to your heart, you don't want that.
Yeah.
And I'm 50 now, so I got to watch out. I got a family. I can't be messing around with that. So I'm done with that. I'll still have a beer.
Yeah.
Or 2 or 5.
That's fine.
When I want to.
That's fine.
Not the day before I go skateboarding or the day that I am skateboarding, But I'll get my skate days in and have a great time. And after I can have a beer. It's all good.
That's the way to do
Sometimes after getting a trick, you want to celebrate a little bit, A beer will mellow you back out. It's not the worst thing.
Yeah, because I could imagine, especially if you do something as big as a water tower, how do you go to sleep that night? You know what I mean? You're just, your adrenaline's probably still going.
Yeah.
So you need something to calm down and relax.
Yeah, it's not bad to have one to relax and,
after we do these shows, sometimes we're like, oh, I'm so sick. We're all hype and shit,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, everything in moderation, they say. And, I don't know, with beer, alcohol, whatever, it's the same thing. But I know some people are better off without it completely. And, if that's for you, that's great, too.
I feel like I'm one of them.
I'm one of them, too.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm getting there slowly. I'm just taking a different path.
I learned that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, after having 2 DUI, that's enough,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
bones.
Seeing that, and I was always the guy that take the risk. I listened to a song where it says, I don't drive if I've been drinking, but I'll drink while I'm driving. So it sounds like, I don't get in the car if I'm drunk.
Right.
But if I'm going somewhere, I'm going to have a beer on the way over there. Yeah. So I was living under that little, mentality. And luckily, thank God, I never got pulled over or none of that stuff or in an accident.
That's definitely trouble you don't need.
And I heard another comedian like Nick Swartzen say he's like, I felt like I won the game of alcohol because I didn't never got the DUI, didn't do this. He's like, so now I stopped and I feel like I won the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
cashing your chips while you're ahead. Exactly.
Kind of like that.
Yeah,
so
I feel that.
I feel like that happened to me. Who knows what my life would have been had that was still part of my life. I don't know.
Right.
But thank God I cut it out. And,
we're all better off without it.
And I look better on camera this episode. Hell yeah.
No, I know. Even just cutting back, it just, you feel healthier.
Yeah. But I said, you're episode 16, man. You're with us when we first started the show. And I was cringing listening to myself on the show just because we were new at this, and I'm like telling myself, shut up, let Jeremy talk. But it was a good time, and we didn't have the Couch Boys yet on the show. They were just kind of background. So So we'll be able to see you when you're speaking. Yeah, that's nice. And this episode is FaceTime 161 now. But you don't have to have a button like Kelly used to. Not yet. No, but we used to have to change the camera angles. Like he used to sit there and whenever somebody talked. But now we got it down where the AI edits for us and stuff. Oh, nice. Yeah. So shout out to Zombie Wolf.
You got the computers working for you?
Kind of. You still got to run through it to make sure, because if he makes if he picks his nose or something, the camera will cut to him.
Yeah.
Because he made a gesture or something, But
that's funny.
It's mostly like if you go interesting, and then I'll capture that real quick,
That's cool. I'll have to see how that works.
Yeah. So
that's high tech.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all with the DaVinci if you ever use DaVinci to edit.
I haven't yet.
Yeah.
So I do all my editing on my phone on
AI
iMovie. Yeah. I have the iMovie app because that came out a while back. And when we were doing our GoPro clips, I used to have to put them onto my computer and then edit it on the laptop and then email it back to myself or transfer it back to the phone so I could share it. And it was so many steps.
Yeah.
And then I got the iMovie app and it's like, oh, it does all this? Okay. Now I can just take clips right from the GoPro into the phone, edit it on that, and you're good to go.
I edit everything on my phone too, man.
Yeah.
I don't ever really use the computer for anything.
Right. Just made life a lot easier.
All the little stickers I make for the show, everything's all done with my cell phone.
That's right.
It's so crazy.
I know. I tend to not open my laptop as much as I used to because I do all the artwork and designs for Wray Bros too, and I don't know. I haven't been sitting down in front of the computer as much, but I think it's about time to do another push. So I want to get some new graphics going. I've had some new graphics come out. And I've had requests from other people to do graphics for them, so I've been knocking those out.
That's amazing.
It's fun when you sit down, and I still hand draw a lot of the stuff. So getting down with a blank piece of paper, a pencil, get your thing down, and then get in and do that.
And I feel like if someone gives you kind of an idea or a project that helps too, as opposed to like looking at a blank page and going, "What do I do?"
Right.
And someone tells you, "Oh, I need this. Can you do this like landscape thing? I want this and that." And you're like, "Oh, perfect!" Like that gives me a direction to go in.
Yep. Well, that's kind of how the scratchboard stuff came about when I did the water tower one.
I have yours right there.
Yeah. For this one, it was a request from the Storied Skateboarding. They were usually doing their boards with some kind of AI where they'd take the scene and make like a printable image of it.
Okay.
And they were trying to do it with the water towers, but like there wasn't really a clear photo that was color to work from. They were trying to pull something from the video and it just wasn't working. It didn't look right. And it looked fake. And it's like, well, why take something that was real and make it look fake or even make something fake from it? Mm-hmm. Why don't I just do like my artistic version of the iconic image? Let's try that. So then I had some scratch boards at the house that I hadn't done anything on yet. So I just took it out. It's just a black blank piece. And just one line at a time. Let's see if I can pull it off.
That's what the hardest part is because you make a mistake, it's done.
Mm-hmm. So that was the first one getting in and trying to do it. And it came out. I did a few of them to figure out the right size for it because the first one I did was pretty big, but it's getting put on a deck that's like 8 inches wide. So for it to shrink down, all the detail got really small and real fine. So then I had to do it on a smaller one that was closer to the size. Oh, wow. That way that all the detail could show. And then after we did this one, it did well. We did one for Frankie Hill doing his mute grab down the huge gap. Yeah. So they wanted to do in that style of his. And same thing, there wasn't really a still image to work from for that. So that was tricky, working from like the fuzzy video clip to pull a still that would do it. But once I had it and just dialed it in, just kind of went with my imagination for what the details should be.
Do you practice on a piece of paper first or like kind of give you a guideline or do you just go at the scratch board?
I was able to make like a template, kind of just getting stuff where it needs to be. Right. But then when you go in with hand, like you just gotta
be confident.
Trust your hand. Yeah. You gotta trust. Yeah. And I just go for it and go in with confidence, and I did. And
that's amazing.
With the water tower one, I probably did 4 or 5, just trying different sizes and different styles. And once I got it to the one that worked, then I kind of had it. And then when I did Frankie's, it was just, I sat down and I got it on the first try. And the one that I did came out so good, I was like, all right, I think that one's good as is. And then I'm moving on to another one. I think one of the next ones I want to do, and someone suggested it on Instagram because I was asking, like, what other iconic moment should I do on these scratch boards? There's probably, plenty out there to try. And then someone mentioned Jonas's cover of Transworld from 95 when he's doing his ollie at the salt flats. Oh. And it's all just this white background. It looks like snow. Yeah. And people actually thought it was Photoshop back then. That was at the beginning days of Photoshop because it looked unskateable. Like, how's he that high over snow? But I don't know if you guys even have seen that cover.
I got to check it out.
Yeah, it's him at the salt flats, and Jody Morris shot the photo. And it's a rad one. He's actually riding Jody Morris's board because it had like cruiser wheels, bigger wheels on it, so he could roll on the salt flats better. Damn. But he got the cover. just doing an ollie on the salt flats on the photographer's board.
That'd be a good board.
It's a rad cover. Everyone remembers that one who saw it. It's like one of those legendary covers. So I want to do that for Jonas.
Would that be on the stories as well? Like
I might just do that one on my own.
Okay.
You know, just for the love of Jonas, put it out there and get it done, and give it the respect that it deserves. You know. So I think that one's next on the list, and then I have some others that I'd like to try after that. But it'll be a good project. I want to get that done for him.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And you're also doing something with 411. I noticed that they can get if they purchase a couple things from there, I guess maybe over a certain amount, then they could win or get a board that you signed.
Yeah, we were doing a signing over there the other day. It was me and Chris Ortiz, and we're signing these things that I think they're going in an album. And I don't know if they're doing like a soundtrack album from stuff that was in the video, or if it's just the original like boxcar song that is the beginning to 411. We'll find out when it comes out. But we signed the piece of paper that goes in, and it has the image of my cover, because I had the cover of the first 411 video magazine. That was also back in '93, and Ortiz shot the photo, so we both signed it and signed like, I don't know, 600 of these things.
Wow.
So those will be dropping soon, I think, through Sidewalk Distribution. So I don't know if 411 has its own site for selling them.
I think it does.
So it could be like 411vm.com.
I bought that clock recently through 411.
Oh yeah, was it like 411videomagazine.com or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to one of their links, maybe through Instagram. So if anybody needs to go straight through that, they can go through that.
Right. Well, 411 apparently is coming back to some degree, and then I even heard that On Video might be coming back too.
Wow.
They're gonna re-release some stuff through that. So that's some cool times we're living in. Some cool stuff's coming back.
Anything with audio?
Ooh, I don't know about that one. That one's been a roller coaster project, because I'm not in charge of anything over there.
Right.
It's really someone had the idea to bring it back.
Okay.
So they reached out to a couple of the writers, and they wanted to see if anyone was interested. And if they are going to bring it back, I said I could help, and I could definitely like point the designs in the right direction. Yes. And I have the original models that we can work from, so like reverse engineer the exact thing, and if we reissue it, I'll make sure that it skates and feels like the original, because anything less wouldn't be worth it. Then they're working on getting the name secured and the rights to use the audio logo and name, but I think they're running into some hurdles that they haven't crossed yet, and I don't know what the next steps are. So it was really like there's a strong push trying to get it done quickly, and then that didn't happen, and then there had been no check-in for a while. Then they checked back in that they made some progress. So I don't know still what the issue is. There's not a whole lot of communication back and forth. So when there is something to report, I'll let everybody know. But be awesome. I know if they do bring it back, I'll do my best to make sure audio comes back the way it should.
That's cool.
That's
what we need, man. Because a lot of times they try to bring back something, everybody's super excited, and then it's not what it was. And it's like, now you just kind of like got everybody excited. And I don't want to say ruined it, but you didn't come out with it properly.
Right. So audio, that one, if it comes through, I'll make sure it's good if I'm involved in it.
Right.
But also, I'd like to bring back Duke's at some point, and that one I could be even more involved in because there's less players involved. Duke's Shoes was something that I helped create for Plan B, and it was a Plan B shoe company. So, and that one came out in '95. So, and I did all the designs. I came up with the name, came up with the logo, came up with the first design, and it'd be sick to be able to bring that back to market exactly how it was. And I also have a model of that at the house where we could bring it to a shoe factory and get it remade. But it's just figuring out, the players involved, who wants to be a part of it, and how to get it funded and how to get it marketed and out there to the people. So we'll see.
Shoes are tricky right now, huh? I think. Yeah.
But Muska did his own.
I know.
So I'm really proud of Chad on that one, because it's hard to do, and he was able to get his design done.
Everything by himself.
Yeah, he's designing the boxes, designing the hang tags, like boxing the shoes himself. He got the flat boxes, had to create and fold each box, get the shoes in there, and then
he laced everything.
He had a lace certain way he wanted them laced, but he'd have to relace everyone to do it, and he did. Like the attention to detail is awesome.
Carpal tunnel, like on the hand, you know what I mean? Like
you can only do so many, and it's taxing, but he's doing it. He's doing it his way, up to his standards, and I love it. Like that's That's the way it should be.
And that's what
awesome.
I'm saying. Like,
that's inspiring right there.
Right. And then he could charge what he wants because the attention to detail that comes in there, it's coming from him.
Right.
That's why I like when we do our shit. Like I like to have my fingers on it because, I'm going to do it as perfect as I can get it, because this is my brand or whatever.
Right.
I love this thing and I want to, have it look a certain way. Now, once it leaves once it's shipped out, if the box gets ruined or whatever happens, that's on the damn shipping people. But when it left my house, it was pristine. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's how we are with Wray Bros about making the boards. They have to be up to our standards because we're the ones riding these things.
And your name's on it.
Yeah, my name's on it. And I want to make sure it's up to my standards. And if it is, it'll be up to everyone's standards. Exactly. We're making the best thing we can. And if we ever have something come through that is wrong, I'll see it first. And if there's an issue with the boards, like the glue's wrong or something like that, and I break it, I'll know. Yeah. So it's the best quality control you could ever have, just being there and testing out all the stuff yourself.
I love that.
So our stuff is good.
Yep.
And I make sure it's good.
I love it. Man, it's so much stuff that I can't wait to see, man. I feel like there's going to be a lot of stuff out there coming soon.
Yeah. No, I'm ready to get busy and see what we can do with this brand. We've been coasting, getting our stuff done, like getting the boards made, getting new graphics out, me and Pat filming our stuff, just sharing with everybody. But there's so much more we could do, and we'll figure out if this is the right time to do it. Now, make a big push.
I know this is kind of crazy, but Day One doesn't have a sponsor right now.
Yeah. I heard that Thank You is closing down.
Yeah. So I wonder who's going to pick him up.
I don't know.
I know he's expensive, I'm sure, but
I know there actually has been some talk about seeing if there is an opportunity out there to combine a few of us that are floating. Yeah. Because there's enough pros out there that we're the top of their game, and if their company went out of business and they didn't want to put all the work into starting their own, then they're just out there, they're still skating, but they're not living up to their full potential because it's a lot of work to do it all by yourself.
It is.
So it would be cool to consolidate a few of us that are all in the same boat, and rather having everyone try to create their own individual brands, bringing everyone together for one cause that everyone can get behind would be awesome. But that's still just in the idea stage right now.
The collab would be amazing.
There's plenty of opportunity to do it, but it would have to be the right people and make sure that it's done the right way.
I love that. I'm sure you have plenty of ideas, though, because you are an artist and you're very creative. So I know that it's endless for you, I think.
Well, that's the fun part of doing your own brand. So, there's no one telling me what I can and can't do.
No name,
so it's really what I want to do.
No one to say, nope. It doesn't clear. No, I'm clearing this. It's mine.
So there's a lot of upside to having your own stuff.
Right. Maybe if you're trying to do, like you said one time, you had to get permission to use the Dr. Seuss, right? But
well, that was back in the 90s.
Yeah.
That's when everyone was ripping off graphics. But mine was more of a tribute than a rip-off, I was paying my respects because Dr. Seuss, Theodore Geisel, had passed away when I was in high school. So that was a tribute to him. And it wasn't actually drawn to be a board graphic originally. It was just a tribute to him. And then when it came time to get my first board, they asked me what I wanted. And I was like, well, maybe I could turn this into a board graphic. Yeah. Because that would be a cool one. And then I did it for a Blockhead. My first board was a tribute to Dr. Seuss.
That's amazing.
And I found the original line artwork that I had. And I was able to make a full color print of that. And our buddy, Gary Reyes, who worked at this amazing print shop that had a printing press that was like the length of the whole room.
Wow.
Goes through all these different parts. It was an offset lithograph print that we made. And it's 12 by 36, full size. Came out awesome. So, and I had made a limited run of those. And I still have some available. So those are still up at raybros.com. But that's like, it's cool because on the slick bottom, when the board first came out, slick bottoms are kind of fuzzy.
Right.
Like the way the ink and the artwork burns into the plastic, it bleeds a little, so it ends up not razor sharp. The prints through that machine came out so sharp. It came out exactly how the graphic could have and should have looked, real bright and poppy, all crisp lines. So I was really stoked to see that artwork displayed like that.
That's so cool.
Those ones are cool.
Man.
And that was the first print that I had done of my artwork.
That's why I want to win the lotto, bro, so I can support all. I want to buy all this stuff, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? I want all these boards. I want everything.
Yeah.
But things get expensive out there. But I love the fact that people are like supporting though.
I know, and I try to support other people when they have projects going on anytime I can. I mean, we got limited means sometimes because we got our families and other obligations. But whenever there's something that pops up and I can help someone else and I can do it, I always jump on it.
Dude, you're helping us big time today, man. Being on the show, I tell you.
Right on.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing. We're so blessed.
I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah.
The timing was right.
Yeah.
You know? And it's Christmas, you know? We needed a Christmas miracle, right?
That's right. We had a Christmas
miracle. Everybody needs a Christmas miracle.
There we go.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Listo, you have anything else?
It's just awesome having Jeremy Wray here, you know, again. And yeah, I got some questions. What do you think about Chris Jocelyn's getting skater of the year and his 360 flip down El Toro?
That just happened today. Yes. It got announced that he was skater of the year. I fully back it. I mean, Chris Jocelyn's a beast. That was the biggest, best 360 flip ever done, right?
Right.
I mean, to go any bigger than that, you'd probably have to be on a mega ramp, which has been done. Like, they can travel 80 feet with a 360 flip with no catch, no touch, you know, that kind of stuff. But, you know, as far as street goes, that's the biggest and the best. And I don't know how anyone's going to outdo that, you know? Because El Toro specifically, too, and for it to be a battle for him, having gone there and gotten so close to be riding away and have that board just squirrel out.
The truck
broke from what we heard. So, yeah, I mean, that's just so sick for him to be able to go back and conquer that. Like, I know the feeling of, you know, being so close and then going back and actually getting it. That's a great feeling. That happened with my frontside 360 down the triple set at Santa Monica.
Yeah.
You know, I got skunked one day, came back years later and was able to stomp it and get it. So, it worked out.
Hell yeah.
Sometimes it works out.
Do you think you would ever, like, in your prime days, you think you would ever try the front 360 El Toro or anything down El Toro?
I actually have never been to El Toro, so I can only judge it by what I've seen and the amount of impact people are getting when they land and when they kick out, when they don't right away. It looks devastating, you know? It's such a big drop, and the only way to counteract a big drop like that is to go faster. That's why when you skate double sets and triple sets and it's stretched out, it forces you to go faster and stretch that out. And then you're not getting that same hard hit impact. You're sliding and it carries it forward. So if El Toro had been a double set, I think it would almost be easier to skate because it forces you to go faster to lessen that impact.
Right.
But also El Toro's huge. So I don't know. If it was a double set, I don't know who's down, you know, or who's got it. But it's been like a proving grounds for years, like for over a decade. And did it start with Heath and the lip slide down the handrail?
When the end video where they
was that the first thing done down El Toro?
That's the first time I think
saw it. The Nuge doing ollie, no? The Nuge back in the day.
I thought that he'd ollied it after the lip slide, but I could be wrong.
Well, probably the rail was first.
Yeah,
because I think the first time I got introduced to it, I think was Heath.
They had that double rail going down in the center. I think it was like a double rail.
Yeah. Well, the original one was just a single rail.
Oh, was it single? I thought it was like two
and they removed the middle one, and then they have the side ones now that people skate.
Okay.
But yeah, that thing's been through a lot. I mean, they had those handicap bumps on the top and bottom, so you couldn't do it. Then they had the fence at the top. Yeah. They've tried everything to skate stop this thing, but it's amazing that now it's back and they skated it.
Yeah, I don't know if they got permission for it or what, or how that went down, but they got it.
They just went all in, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they were suing the skaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were
suing. Well, and he got the cover of Thrasher with it, and Atiba got the photo.
Yeah.
And it came out super good. And that was one of the contenders for the scratchboard art. Someone suggested doing that one.
That's a good one,
so
too.
Maybe that'll be in the future. We'll see.
And I feel like what made it special is like the way it gave you that feeling, you know, at the end when you see his kids running up to him, hugging him, and you know, you get emotional.
Yeah.
And that carries, man. That makes it like even more special, you know?
Yeah.
I'm thinking
and you can tell on the right away, he's pounding his chest saying,
I'm getting emotional thinking about it, you know what I mean? Like that's just special. And
I wrote Colin McKay from Plan B, and I told him, please make a shirt that just says, I fucking tray flipped El Toro, with a little line that says Chris Jocelyn.
That's sick.
You know? And I told him, if you make that, I'll wear that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He said he's on it. So we'll see. If that pops up, I hope it comes to be, because we could all just rock that shirt and be proud with him. You know, we're proud of him, but it'd be cool to be proud with him. You know,
when he does that, we all did it.
Exactly. I feel like we all won.
Yeah,
we all won on that one.
That's how it feels, man. It's so rad.
Yeah, but there was a lot of good skateboarding this year and a lot of people that were gunning for that spot. And, you can't overlook TJ Rogers either.
Right. No, he had TJ killed
a ton of work, and his skating is just next level as well. And I've known TJ for a while. Like, I think the first time I met him was on a Bones trip. Mm-hmm. And we went up and skated all of his territory. And he showed us around all the spots and was just killing it everywhere he went as a little dude. He's just seeing him grow and even get better, get different sponsors, film these parts, and just
consistent.
Make a name for himself. He's rad. And he also has one of the best switch frontside 360s I've ever seen. Dude, his down the Hollywood 16 was perfection. That's how that should look.
Which is the one he did over the fence, like coming out to the sidewalk? Was that like a cab or like a Caballero or something? Or I thought I seen him do something out from the Hollywood over the fence. Maybe it was just
he did do something.
Or half cab or something. It was big.
Yeah.
I mean, that guy don't play around, man. That guy, he's one of my favorites too. Because the first time I met him, I didn't even know who he was. He asked, I was at Cherry Skate Park for something Tori Puddle was doing, and then for Grizzly Grip, and then all of a sudden, like, he's just, hey, how's your New Year's or so, or what are you doing for New Year's? He asked me, and I'm like, oh, nothing. I'm like, are you a skater? He's like, yeah, I skate a little bit. Humble about it, And I'm like, next thing you know,
the best.
Next thing you know, later on, I found out. Oh my God, I was talking to TJ Rogers. Yeah.
No, you saw.
Because I just came back to skateboarding, so I didn't know who anybody was. Right. After 10 years, I was like, wow.
Yep. But we could also say Tom Shar killed it as well.
Yeah, that dude's gnarly.
I mean, the stuff that he was doing on those huge ramps,
and then getting to skate with Bob Burnquist. And then I'm like. And then what they said on the 9 Club too is like, damn, Bob finally has somebody to skate with.
Right, exactly.
Because no one can keep up with
having Bob. That whole jungle gym in your backyard and no one can compete or no one can even like step to it.
Yeah,
that is nuts. Imagine like building that and you're the only person that can skate it.
Exactly.
That is nuts.
And now there's someone else, so it makes it fun for them.
There's been a few over the years that would go skate it with them, but I think it's just a whole different type of skateboarding.
Yeah.
It's a different mindset, different speed, different damage when you fall, Like, slamming on the mega ramp is no joke. It will take you out.
He is insane for all that.
Yeah, you're seriously risking your life every time you go up that thing and do anything.
Goal up there, and he's blunting it and kick flipping out.
Yeah.
You're like, what the hell?
Well, and the light-footedness to all the stuff that he's doing and the style, it's so good. I mean,
no grabs, just...
Yeah.
It's like I was like I can't relate.
The nollie flip in, where like it kind of like touched just before and then went in.
Like I landed sideways and then skirt
but it was perfect. But you could tell he's just watching it, kind of tapped it and then caught it, stayed over it, went in. I can't even imagine what that would feel like. Just looking down that thing. If you even tried to run and just slide down on your butt, you'd be scared to death. I don't
even like getting up on the one at Mayberry right here. It's a little too high for me.
You put your tail over the edge and get vertigo. Just like
you get older, things start not. I used to be able to climb billboards as a kid. Not no more. Hell no. I'm on a quarter pipe now, second guessing it, going. I'll just slide down.
Yeah, I think as a kid I had to turn off the fear of heights, or maybe it just hadn't set in yet because I wasn't really afraid of heights until you get older and it's like, ooh.
You get that little. That little. Ugh.
But like when you're skateboarding and you're serious about it, you can turn all of that off and just focus on what you gotta do. But
it's weird
if you're not pushing it in that direction.
You feel safer standing on your skateboard than on the edge,
Yeah, that's funny. Also, you just gotta maintain that to keep it going.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything else, Listo?
I got 2 more questions.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you got the cover of Thrasher doing the water tower. What's the reward for the Thrasher cover, or what do you guys get? Besides the cover,
I don't know. I think
you know what? A lot of people do get photo incentive or things like that. Get big money from their sponsors, or like your energy drink sponsor will kick you down a hefty check.
Yep.
No, for that one I got 0 of anything.
No, you got.
Yeah. I mean, I got the recognition.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
I got the respect, but as far as financials, nothing. Yeah, I didn't even get photo incentive. Didn't get any kind of bonus. And honestly, we weren't doing it. I wasn't trying to get a cover. Right. It was just something that was over the hill that I'd been eyeballing for a while. Figured I would get it done at some point, and I had just decided it was time to do it. I let Sturt know about it, so he came up and looked at it, but we didn't shoot it the day I brought him up. And then he just called me up out of the blue and said, "Hey, you want to do that thing today?"
That's what's crazy.
He's like, "Yeah,
like, are you ready,
I'm ready
today?
Yeah, let's do it." Yeah, and we were just filming with Ty Evans to do the starting point video, which is like the how-to video with flat ground tricks and stuff. And that's the only reason why we had a filmer that day. Damn. Otherwise, it just would have been me and Sturt getting the still, and there might not have been video, you know?
And then people would have been like, was that Photoshop?
Right, you wouldn't know. So it was lucky just to already have planned to film with Ty for the starting point video.
You would have tried it without a filmer?
With Sturt, we did a lot of stuff like that, yeah. We would do a lot of stuff where it was just him and a camera, you know? Yeah.
It's wild.
Like even when we were doing the Dukes ads, I had a frontside 360 down that triple set in LA, the marble one.
Yeah.
And we shot a sequence of a frontside 360 down it in like 95. And we got kicked out right after we shot it. And then usually we'd have to shoot something and then go back and film it same day and just do it 2 or 3 times. But with that one, you only get 1 or 2 tries and the security's right there. So then I never got to go back and do it until the audio days. Oh. And then when we went with the audio days, I was going to get that nollie backside on 80, and I got that down the triple set, but we were coming straight from skate camp and skating like the dirt ramps in Visalia. So coming from skating transition and dirt stuff, and not really just sleeping on the ramps all night and stuff like that. We slept outside in our sleeping bags. Ooh. Then straight to a triple set in LA was rough. Right. So I didn't know if we were going to get anything. But then since we were there and I got the nollie backside on 80 done, I went for the frontside 360. And it turns out the board that I had chose to do the nollie had a steeper nose and a mellower tail. So then when I tried to get the 360 going, I wasn't getting it steep enough to get the 360 to wrap. So I just couldn't get it. I landed on a few of them and I never rode away. So I never got the video footage of it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which sucks.
Oh, okay.
So all I have is that sequence from way back.
Well, at least you got something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I know.
Damn.
But someone else had done it. Someone eventually, at some point, did a frontside 360 down it. I forget who it was.
Yeah.
Do you remember who did that?
I don't want to say Ryan DeZenzo. A shot or Ryan DeZenzo?
Maybe.
Someone
I don't know.
TJ Rogers, maybe? Nah.
Someone got the frontside 360 down. I don't remember who it was, but I remember seeing it and being like, finally, that's rad that someone got it.
If you guys know, leave it in the comments.
Yeah, exactly. Someone knows for sure.
Yeah.
Ryan DeCenzo, man. I remember walking by him one day through Huntington Beach. It was just cruising by. I'm like, are you going to Jeremy's birthday party? He's like, what? He's like, he looks at his buddy. He's like, dude, we got to go say what's up to Jeremy Ray. He's a legend. So that's when we went up to
right on.
Hurricanes, I think it was called, or something like that.
Yeah, that's when me and Jonas and Dave Duncan were doing Core Thursdays.
Yeah.
And we were doing basically like a skate night, but it was just come on down and hang out. We'll put skate videos on and play different kinds of music and all hang out.
Yeah.
We even had a skateboard deck that had the 2 shot glasses in it. Doing the skate shots.
Doing shots.
That was pretty rad, like the shot ski, but with a skateboard.
Yep.
Yeah, we got to bring that one back. That's actually something that people had said I should put on the site and sell those.
That's a good idea.
The deck with the shot glasses.
That's a good idea.
I probably should do it.
A Ray Bros one.
Yeah, Ray Bros shot glass one for Jonas. So maybe we'll get that going.
Yeah, and then while you're doing it, make sure to have Tequila, the song on. It's the best karaoke song to pick ever.
Yeah. You only got to say Tequila twice.
Yeah. I got a last question. Who would you like to see next on the show?
Ooh. I don't know, but if there's someone you guys are gunning for, let me know, and I can make some phone calls. Get them over here.
Okay. Skate Show's favorite skater?
Did Sean Sheffy?
Did Chanita get on this one with you guys yet?
No, but we want to ask him. Okay. Yeah, I've been wanting to ask him. Yeah.
All right. Because we see him often enough that we can pull him your way.
He's definitely been on the list. I was hoping he was going to be there for Thanksgiving. I was going to ask him.
He was out of town with family, so he didn't make it to the session. That's right.
But I figure, like you said, timing is everything. Yep. So when the time is right, we should get him in. I bet
you got to get M6 over here.
He wants to do it with somebody. He doesn't want to do it alone.
Right.
And I'm like, well, maybe we could maybe you could sit in as a couch.
What about Paul Luna?
Paul Luna, we'd be down.
Yeah. Because he's got some deep La Habra history to share. And then he could share a little bit about what he's doing now with La Habra High School and shooting the photos.
Yeah.
He's doing all their sports photography and stuff. Like, he found himself in a pretty sweet spot doing what he loves. So it's rad. The best. Yeah.
Doing what you love is the best, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's cool that he was able to keep up his passion and turn it into, a way to make a living and keep it going.
The one that we have maybe couple people are gonna try to ask day one, but that's just that's a dream, right? Another dream guest to have, you know. But
and he would probably come through and do it, but you just got to catch him on the right day when he's got time. And I know he's busier than most of us because he's got a lot going on. And probably now with the company scramble, we'll see where he lands. But I'm sure he's got a lot to do.
Yeah, we had Daniel Castillo on Thanksgiving. He said he'll ask him. Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, that's solid. We'll get you guys lined up.
You know what I mean? So
yeah,
Caddy, Caddy, Caddy. Right?
Yeah.
He says he knows him too. He's like, I've been telling him. I'm like, but that's cool that at least he's hearing it from different people. Hey, we're the Locals Sk8.
Right.
And so maybe it'll get like, I've heard that. We're hearing that a lot lately.
Yep.
You know, so that's cool, man.
Yeah.
So I have one more question before we end it. So what coming in from like the first time you came in to now? What do you see like the studio? What do you think about it?
It's different, huh?
Well, it's like, when you go to the nightclub, it's like an evolving monster. It grows and like things get added. And I like what you got going on behind me. We got some representation from the audios. We got some Wray Bros old school stickers. Yeah, what's the first dollar about?
Oh, the dollar right there? That's the first time I ever got paid for a trick.
Yeah? Who paid you?
Pawn shop. One of the guys from Pawn, I did like a front shove it on a bank or something.
They gave you a buck.
They gave me a buck.
That's awesome.
So I'm a pro skater now, guys.
Yep. You're getting paid.
I'm getting paid.
Cash for tricks.
That's sick.
First dollar I ever made skateboarding.
Yep.
So I was gonna get a little frame for it, maybe.
Eventually, yeah. That's good.
I thought it'd be a funny joke,
Yeah.
No,
it looks nice in here. You guys have stepped it up. I mean, these microphones alone, these are pretty fancy.
The first one we had the microphone centered, and I was touching this, and you could hear all the thunts. And
you guys tried karaoke on these things yet?
No. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah, you gotta have every guest sing a song.
God, that'd be crazy.
That'd be hilarious.
They probably wouldn't come in if that was the case.
You'll be the first one to start it off.
Yeah.
Karaoke.
I won a karaoke contest once.
Did you?
Singing Chantilly Lace by the Big Bopper. I won $50.
Damn.
That's tight.
That's crazy.
It was by crowd applause,
Oh, that's awesome.
I came through. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
If I ever did a karaoke, like I said before, I'd probably have to be pretty buzzed in the past. And I never got balls enough to do it yet still. But I probably have one song I would probably sing. It'd be like, My Way by Frank Sinatra.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one. So,
yeah, our buddy Frank used to do that one. And he'd do it like in more of like a Mike Ness voice from Social Distortion.
Okay.
Yeah, a little raspier, but he had it. We've had some good karaoke nights. Yeah, some fun stuff.
I'm down to try one day. If all my friends are doing it, maybe I'll try it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, the first time I ever did it was in my girlfriend Carissa's family's house. They were celebrating like someone's graduation or something.
Oh, yeah.
And they had a karaoke guy there, and no one was signing up to do anything. And I was going to go skate or do something else, so I was only going to be there for a little bit. So I'm like, well, I'll do it then. So I start flipping through the book. I didn't make it very far in, but I saw Chantilly Lace. I'm like, I know that song by the Big Bopper. I'll sing that one. It was early in the book,
Yeah.
I think it was the first thing I recognized that I knew. So then I go up there and do it for them, and all the ants were up there, like, dancing and singing, having a long time. It was hilarious. It got the place started. It was great because I'd never done it before. I didn't know if I'd be good or bad or what. But I was like, if I'm out of here anyway, what does it matter? And it was the greatest time because I'm a shy dude. Like I didn't want to get up there and sing, but no one else was doing it, so I figured someone had to. So I gave it a shot.
That's cool. I've done it for like people, like friends in the house, like my homies.
Oh yeah, that's when it's supposed to be fun.
But like I'm talking about like at a bar, like if I haven't stepped up in a bar, to do it yet,
Yeah.
But in front of the homies, I'm down. I don't care. As long as I know the song.
There was a bar called Heroes down where Jonas used to live in Huntington Beach. We was living on Utica down there. Walking distance from his house was this place called Heroes, and there was a lady there that ran it named Connie, and she would put karaoke on and it would have like a score. So it would say if you like nailed it or not.
Oh, sick.
So it was fun. Like after you were done, you would see how you did.
Yeah.
And it was always just us just hanging out in there, just making fun of each other and having fun. You could do whatever you wanted in there. So we were trying all kinds of songs.
Yeah.
We even did ones that we didn't know and just try to sing along.
That's what we had because my friend had a video game too. One of those rap ones that like on a video game, right? So like in order to get to open up more songs, you had to do all the songs or most of the songs, right? So they got to the point where they did all the ones they wanted to do, and all the ones that were left, they didn't want to do it. But I was like, I want to hear what's coming up next.
Right, you got to unlock the next level.
Yeah, so I'm over there doing a push it by like, you know.
Yeah.
And then my friend's over there in the corner, like, secretly recording me. I'm like, what the hell are you doing, dude? I'm like, trying to get a good score so we can get to the next level.
That's awesome. Well, we had a local bar by us that was Heads and Tails. It was walking distance from where Carissa's family lived in La Habra at the time, too. And they had a karaoke guy in there and no one was singing. So they decided to do karaoke where they'd pick the song and get you up there.
Ooh, okay.
So we were doing that. But then my wife was super shy, too. She got shyest in high school in the yearbook.
Okay.
So she never wanted to do any of that. But I was like, well, come on, we'll do a duet then. I got her up there to do Jack and Diane. By John Mellencamp. Yeah. John Cougar Mellencamp. Yeah. So we did the duet of that. And the funny thing was, they gave us both a mic. And then the karaoke guy, he yanked the cord from my mic. So even though we're both singing, only hers was live. Oh, wow. So the whole place could only hear her. But it was just like, there was probably like 4 of us in there. And it was all just us and the karaoke guy and the bartender. That was it. Yeah. So it wasn't that bad. But I got her to do it one time.
That's cool.
Yeah. But I think she was so mortified when she found out that my mic got yanked that she never wanted to do it again.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was good.
That's hilarious. Those are good stories, man. Always have awesome times.
Right on.
All right. You're good?
That's pretty much what the questions for now.
Okay. Yeah. We got one last thing. We're going to have you pick something from this bowl. Let's see what you get, because we normally don't have the pros pick from this bowl, but I think there's some pretty good questions.
Like emails in here? Oh, questions.
Questions, yeah.
Okay, let's see what we got.
That would be a good
I was going to win somebody something.
That would be cool.
So, if you got a guest board, what team and graphic would you want? Ooh, a guest board. How about, let's go with a guest board on Crooked and choose one of my favorite Gons graphics. And the Guns N' Roses was a popular one. I liked it. But what I liked even more than that was the mermaid one, the Color My Friends one.
Okay.
And that one was a sick one. So maybe I could do something with that. But yeah, like a Crooked guest board would be awesome, because John's is one of my favorites.
Okay, but it would be your pro board.
Yeah.
On Crooked
as
a guest. Yeah.
Well, then it's whatever Gons wants to draw for me. Okay. But yeah, we could get it going.
That's amazing.
Yep. Let's do this, Gons.
Yeah.
Let's get a guest board on Crooked.
That'd be amazing.
Yep. Maybe I can hook up with Ray Barbie, because he rides for Crooked, and we'll go skate. And
there you go.
We'll get it that way.
Well, the next time one of these curb wars pop up and he's there, maybe we can kick up a conversation.
Yep.
You know?
That'd be sick, though. Yeah, Gons is one of the ultimate inspirations for skateboarding. Between his skateboarding and his art, inspired me all the way through. So just watching him as a kid, looking at him in the magazines, like it was him and Nodis for me.
Yeah.
And, and both of them were great skateboarders and talented artists. And they both had different styles of skating and drawing and doing what they did. So I learned from all of it. So I just absorb, and then put it out in your own style.
I mean, dude, it's so rad that you're an artist and everything, because you're so talented at it, too. Because you could have probably went that route without the skateboarding, I believe, because you got...
Actually, that's where I was headed. What I wanted to do in skateboarding was do the graphics. I was so inspired by all the graphics, like Vernon Cortland Johnson. That's the VCJ dude, did all the Powell graphics. All those really intricate skull, like, line work and stuff. Like, it's so intricate. And it reminded me a lot of, like, MC Escher's work. So, as a kid, I was just drawing just like that. Just pen and ink. And I could never figure out exactly how he was achieving the stuff he was doing. Because it looked like hand-drawn line art. But the points were so thin, I could never get a pen to do that thin of a line. And then I would notice some of it was like notched out and scratched. So I was like, is he doing it like scratchboard style? I couldn't figure it out. Then I finally got to meet him one day and see him working in his home studio. And he shared that it was like a clay board they would work on. So he would draw stuff on there. And then he'd also scrape away with an X-Acto knife. So it was a mix of both. Oh, wow. And then it made so much sense. That's how I couldn't figure out how he was doing it. And it was so rad to see it in person, and it all unlocked it. Like, that is awesome.
I remember me trying to you blending, and all of a sudden, I was like, I just grabbed one of the Q-tips and I just started going like that, right? And all of a sudden it blends it even more. You don't see the lines and everything, and all of a sudden it's just flawless blend. I'm like, is that cheating or is that allowed? I don't know.
It's all just tricks,
Yeah, and I was like,
they're just rules to get you what you want. Yeah,
exactly. Right.
And then nothing's off limits.
And what you said, how you use watercolor and pencil with
that's watercolor colored pencil. It was a cool
that's interesting
thing, and it worked great for slick bottoms because it would be hard to do that as like a screen board, you know. So if I can figure out how to get that back on a slick bottom, we'll get that going.
I used to know how to I used to draw with pencils and pens, mix them together just to get it to pop even more or whatnot. Or just like you said, like all these little tricks that you can use. And sometimes there's artists out there that just grab a blue pen or like the cheapy ones too, and then they'll make a beautiful picture out of it, you know. Like,
well, that's funny. Out of all the art pens and stuff, I still preferred drawing with a ballpoint pen because it had the smoothest line.
Right.
And even though it'd get a little clumpy, like if you go over the line so much times and you get it thick, if it stamps onto your hand and then you move it somewhere else and it stamps over there, you see it carrying over, so you'd have to like block that. But it gave me a smoother line than like a felt pen, and it wouldn't bleed because the felt pens tend to bleed on depending on what kind of paper you're using.
Yeah.
So and even drawing pencils, I like the number 2 pencil rather than all those crazy blue drawing pencils, different hardnesses. For a regular number 2, I would just press harder when I wanted it darker and lighter when I wanted it shaded, and then everything in between was all just pressure. But I definitely was doing artwork before I was skateboarding, and all the way through my skateboarding, and the fact that I got to do both at the same time and draw my own graphics, then on to learning designing and designing my own shoes, designing like, you know, a pair of jeans when I rode for Volcom, designing like all these things just along the way because someone was going to have to design it, and I was either going to have to tell someone what I wanted or tell them to do it myself, you know, and get what I wanted and go through all the sampling process and stuff.
That's amazing.
So it's fun just learning all the different disciplines, but designing shoes was the best.
Okay.
Yeah. Just like there's so much involved in it and so many different materials and layers and things you have to know, and just starting from scratch, learning it all, and then just going through it enough times where you could kind of perfect it and learn from it each time, so the shoes just got better and better each time. So I still want to do some more shoes and just see, because I don't know, when I'm skating other shoes that weren't designed by me, you know, I gotta just see if they work for me or not.
You could pick apart like, I like this about this, and then maybe I could transfer this.
And that was the best part about designing your own shoe. You could try all these different shoes and figure out what you liked about each one, blend it all into one design, and you have something completely new that has the best parts of everything. And that's how you get the good ones, you know?
Yeah.
Get the best shoes.
And then to make it look good as well, too.
And you're pulling just, you know, sometimes you'll just find a material on a shoe that you like. Sometimes you'll have a texture from one that you like. Sometimes there's a perfect eyelet on one, you know? Things like that. You just put it all together. So it was fun just piecing it all together and get what you want. And you make something brand new that doesn't exist, you know? It's cool. So I'd love to do some more shoe design in the future.
We'd love to see it, man. I definitely support that for sure.
Yeah. It seems like there's not a lot of terrific skate shoes out there right now.
Not really.
You know, because I think they're getting designed a lot by people who don't skate. So they're designed for skateboarding by people that don't skate as much as the pros that they're getting designed for.
Yeah. And then unfortunately people are getting like more cheaper with the materials and stuff like that too. So
yeah. And that's when you're the one calling the shots, you get to pick your stuff and make sure everything's on par with what you want. Make it last, but make it look good. That's the trick. Like making it functional and making it fashionable at the same time.
Yeah.
And not leaning too far in one way or the other. You got to get that perfect mix. That's what I was always aiming for. So we had some good ones along the way. But
amazing.
Hopefully the best ones are yet to come. We'll get some more designs out there.
That'd be great, dude. We'd love to see that in the future.
All right.
And let's give you a gift before you go. I want to give you a coffee mug and some stickers.
Oh,
since it's Christmas.
Nice.
You know what I mean? We're the Locals
Sk8.
Got you some stickers in there.
Nice, in the Back to the Future style.
Back to the Future style.
Love that. That's rad.
Are you a coffee guy, Jeremy? You like coffee?
You know what? I never got into coffee, but we just made hot chocolate with me and my daughter just today.
There you go.
So we got some Swiss Miss, and it was pretty delicious.
Hot chocolate. You can
good on a cold day.
You can put your tea in there. You can put it on your shelf as a collectible.
Yeah,
that's what I do. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Well, and same as last time, I got these ones for you guys.
Oh, heck yeah.
Oh, nice.
I know it's been a while since the last one. It's probably either lost or eaten up. I'm going to toss it.
Oh, toss it?
Yeah. Oh.
We got it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
For
This came in clutch and perfect because now I could keep one in my bag when I go. And like these drinks right here, I don't drink beers, but these you have to pop top.
Yeah, you need a pop top. Exactly. It comes in handy. You never know when you're going to need it. And I got these two.
All right.
The two newer ones.
Yes.
Nice.
Yep. I won't toss these because I'll probably just go all over the place.
Yeah, I'll grab it right now. Thank you so
That's
much,
for you.
Jeremy.
Right on. Yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
We
Merry
appreciate-
Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas. We
Yeah.
appreciate you coming
Yeah.
down. Do you have any shout outs for us today?
Oh, just shout outs to my family, my wife Carissa, my son Jackson, and my daughter Jaden. See you guys soon.
Yes.
Sorry I was gone so long.
I know. We thank you for letting them come
And
over
we're
for
picking out our Christmas tree today. So
sick.
as soon as I'm done here, we're getting that tree and we're going to decorate it. So
Okay. So
we're a little behind, but we're getting it done.
this filmed a couple of weeks before
Right.
actual Christmas, but when
Right.
you guys see this, it's Christmas morning. So hopefully everybody got what they wanted from Santa.
Yeah.
And they're all happy right now.
Yep.
You know?
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
Listo, you got any shout outs?
Yeah, I got some shout outs. Shout out number one, God. Shout out my family, my siblings. Shout out everybody that skateboards, my filmers, my sponsors. Shout out Where the Locals Sk8, Richard. Shout out Peralta. He's not here today, but he's here by spirit. Shout out Jeremy Wray for coming out, sharing your story again, and getting to know you a little bit more and more. And we out here doing our thing. And shout out to our supporters.
Yep. And next time we'll be out there rolling together.
Yes.
Let's get some tricks.
Let's do it. I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. You could have been anywhere, but you're here with us today. We appreciate that. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, please. And if you're following us on the Instagram and you want to be part of the show, let us know. Hit us up in the DMs at Where the Locals Sk8. I'm OG Skate Show. Till next time. Peace out.
See ya.